Yes.
Tell me.
Yes, yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to ABCD International Summit. And I hope all of you are aware what is this summit for. I'm Merin. I'll be your MC for today. And we do have other MC with us. She'll be joining shortly. So to begin with, I want to talk about this beautiful family which is called as ABCD International Family, which is one of the best and world record holder training company who provides various training programs like Train the Trainer, Life Coach Certification, Corporate Training, Business Coaching, Campus to Corporate, and many more. As you all know, ABCD International Family already conducted 30 plus virtual international summits, 250 plus free webinars on various topics, and 10 batches of their signature program known as Train the Trainer. ABCD International Family provides various training programs, one on one coaching, and also provides the best solution for training business. From January 2022, ABCD International Family started a great platform like ABCD International Talks. On this family, various successful people share their journey, experiences, skills, strategies, knowledge, ideas, life stories, and success principles to inspire the world. I'm sure you all are also present today to inspire the entire world. Today, ABCD International Family is associated with different trainers and educators from 25 plus countries, and the journey is still continuing. This milestone year 2025, we have planned 12 virtual international summits, and this summit, Mastering the Game, is the part of that. So I welcome you all for this Mastering the Game. Welcome everyone back. Yes. Akash sir, over to you. You can play the video.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Instead of video, I would like to share about the Babad International Publication, which is association organization for the summits for this particular year. So I would like to welcome you all. Thank you, Marin, ma'am, and thank you all guest speakers for joining with us. Myself, Akash Babad, founder CEO of Babad International Publication, and Babad International Publication is one of the fastest world record holder organization. Within 2.5 years, we have 10 world records in publication. And as we have 10 plus authors from 10 plus countries, and we are attempting records regularly and contributed in 2000 plus success stories. So thank you, Merin ma'am, for inviting me here. Over to you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now, I know that you all are waiting to hear about the founder of ABCD, right? Yes. And I'm sure
Yes.
some of you are aware of it. And now I'm presenting the founder of ABCD, that is Mr. Akash Babad. He's a young, dynamic, and accomplished leader known for his exceptional achievements. Holding 10 world records, he exemplifies excellence in his field. A published author with 6 books to his credit, available on reputed platforms like Amazon, Kindle, then VIP app, etc. Mr. Babad's literary works include titles like 20 Essential Habits for Success and 5 Essential Qualities for Success, with 2 of his books ranking #1 best-selling books on Amazon. As a renowned mentor, Mr. Babad conducts comprehensive workshops on habits and offers an international author's success coach certification program. He specializes in assisting authors with writing, publishing, and branding their books, while also advising on leveraging the books as powerful business tools. Additionally, Mr. Babad extends his expertise to organizations, educational institutes, and corporates, guiding them towards setting world records through training initiatives and strategic book publication. Mr. Babert serves as a business booster coach for trainers, coaches, mentors, facilitating their professional growth and providing the platform for self exploration. He orchestrates international business summits like this, fostering global collaboration and knowledge exchange among trainers worldwide. In addition to his role as CEO of ABCD International Family, Barbet Films and Barbet International Publication, Mr. Barbet is a certified life NLP and business coach. So, welcome, sir, for this summit, which is your vision and mission. Can we hear from you? Let's give a big round of applause to our person.
Thank you, ma'am, for
Amazing.
introducing. And actually, I personally feel that the introduction is not, but it's the process of the event. But actually, the I why we are here and why we are organizing these summits. Actually, the reason behind that is we have to. I personally feel, and in many summits, I already told personally, I feel 2025 is the milestone year, and if we are regularly upgrading, we are regularly working for the success, then why not in this year we will achieve unstoppable success. And that's why for the unstoppable success, what we have to do, we have to work in all five sectors of life. And that's why ABCD International Family works in five sectors: personal, professional, health, social, and spirituality. So we have to balance in all the sectors, and that's why the summits are designed accordingly. Themes we have designed, we have started from beyond boundaries, then unlocking potential, and now mastering the game. And we are discussing today about mindset, strategy, and how we can achieve unstoppable success. And that's the reason, and month by month we are working on our skills, our business skills, our life skills, and we will upgrade. And that's the mission, and that's why we are inviting people from different countries, from different fields, so we can learn, participants can learn from them, and apply in their life and business and become successful. So thank you, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that wonderful talk and experience sharing. We do have some of the speakers. And second,
Rania, ma'am, is there.
There are people yet to join. Should we begin, sir?
Yes, ma'am. We will start with Rania, ma'am. Yeah.
Rania, ma'am. Yes. So Rania Lampo, Greece. She's from Greece, right? So welcome, ma'am. Welcome for this wonderful mind game where we are going to talk about mind and how mindset matters. So could you please throw some light?
Yes. Thank you so much, Ms. Marin and Dr. Akash. It's my pleasure to welcome you all, me too, to this exciting and insightful event, Mastering the Game, where we will explore the keys to achieving extraordinary success in both our personal and professional lives. And I think that together we gather with a shared goal to gain deeper insights into what it takes to rise to the top and stay there, because success is more than just talent. It's a combination of the right mindset, actionable strategies, and relentless mastery of our craft. And that's exactly what we will be diving into this evening. My topic today will focus on strategic risk-taking, how to make bold moves that pay off. So whether you're an entrepreneur or a business leader or someone eager to take your career to the next level, we know that navigating risk is a vital part of growth and success. So today we will delve into how to approach risk with confidence, with purpose, and strategic thinking. Because risk takers are not gamblers, they are visionaries who calculate, analyze, and execute with purpose. So allow me to share my presentation.
Yeah.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes. Can you see also the change of slides? Can you see the change
Yes.
of slide? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So what is the anatomy of strategic risk-taking? First, we need to define a strategic risk. Is this calculated, purposeful risk that is taken with a clear vision, a solid plan, and an understanding of the potential outcomes, both positive and negatives? On the other hand, if we talk about reckless decisions are impulsive, poorly thought out, and often taken without a proper understanding of the consequences. So how these strategic risks differ from reckless decision? First, in terms of intent, the purpose, strategic risk is intentional, deliberate, part of a calculated move to achieve a larger long-term goal. It's aligned with a defined vision or objective. On the other hand, a reckless decision, it's often impulsive. It's driven by emotions such as fear or impatience or overconfidence. Secondly, strategic risk is carefully assessed because it involves identifying potential rewards, weighing the risks against the benefits, and evaluating both short-term and long-term outcomes. Contingency plans are going to see, and risk mitigation strategies are in place to handle potential failures. On the other hand, reckless decisions here, there is no assessment. Reckless decision involves jumping into something without properly considering the consequences, leading to an uncalculated gamble that could result in failure or loss. About alignment, of course, alignment with long-term goals, strategic risks are taken with a long-term objectives in mind. On the other hand, there is no alignment with reckless decisions, no alignment with any broader long-term goal. There is a thorough research planning and preparation with strategic risk because it includes gathering data, considering alternatives, assessing market conditions, creating a plan to manage both positive and negative outcomes. On the other hand, with reckless decisions, there is no preparation. Individuals taking strategic risks are generally ready to accept responsibility for both the success and failure of the outcome. So we talk about accountability. The understanding that calculated risks are part of the growth process. On the other hand, with reckless decisions, responsibility is often avoided. With risk mitigation, strategies are put in place to mitigate the risks, such as diversifying investments, setting clear boundaries, creating exit strategies, or ensuring flexibility to adapt to changing conditions. On the other hand, no risk mitigation is considered with reckless decisions. And finally, even if a strategic risk doesn't pay off immediately, it's evaluated in terms of lessons learned and the potential for future opportunities. The outcome of the reckless decision, on the other hand, is often met with regret because there is no prior consideration for failure or its long-term effects. So how to balance courage and with caution in making bold moves? So we said that strategic risks are well considered, they're aligned with long-term goals, they're managed with contingency plans, they're calculated, and on the other hand, reckless decisions are impulsive, are poorly thought out, often made without the necessary planning. You know this phrase, courage is caution overcome. This conveys a powerful message about the nature of bravery. It suggests that the true courage isn't the absence of fear or caution, but the ability to push through these feelings to take action in the face of uncertainty. So the balance between caution and courage are very important. And balancing this requires how to assess the risks and benefits, because courage is about willing to take risks and stepping outside your comfort zone. But caution is what requires you to carefully evaluate the potential risks and rewards. So before making any bold move, ask yourself, what will go wrong? What will go right? Consider the short-term and long-term consequences and whether the potential benefits outweigh the risks. And a well-calculated risk is often the best kind of bold move. Caution calls also for gathering enough information to make informed decisions. You don't need to wait for perfect information, but having a solid foundation helps you act confidently when it's time to be bold. Research, ask for advice, and think through the details of your plan, because preparation reduces uncertainty and allows you to act with more courage. Trust your instincts, very important, but at the same time, stay grounded. Courage often comes from trusting your intuition, but it's important to stay grounded in reality. Don't let impulsive decisions drive you. Use your instincts to guide you, but pair them with logical thinking and caution. By combining your gut feeling with practical insights, this way you ensure that your bold move is both daring and thoughtful. How about a contingency plan? Because caution involves being prepared for failure or setbacks. A bold move should never be an all or nothing decision. Having a backup plan or knowing how to mitigate risks helps you stay calm and adaptable. So if in case things don't get expected, a solid contingency plan gives you the confidence to take bold action without feeling completely exposed. So take incremental steps, evaluate your values and long-term goals, surround yourself with trusted advisors, learn how to embrace failure, know when to hold back, reflect, and adapt. So why the science behind risk? Why we hesitate to take risks? The psychology of fear, self-doubt, and comfort zones. Fear of failure is one of the most powerful psychological barriers to take risks, and this comes from the idea that failing will lead to negative consequences, such as loss of reputation, or embarrassment, or the perceived inability to recover from the setback, and all this anxiety. We know what is happening with evolutionary background. Our ancestors lived in environments where failure could mean life-threatening consequences, and usually this is related with perfectionism, but some individuals may experience an intense fear of failure due to perfectionist tendencies. Self-doubt is a natural human emotion. Imposter syndrome, very important. Many people experience this lack of confidence where they feel like they're fake it, that they don't deserve success. And this persistent self-doubt, imposter syndrome, can make risk-taking seem too overwhelming. So self-doubt leads to overthinking, excessive analysis, paralysis, as we say. The comfort zones are these mental, emotional spaces where we feel safe, familiar, and control. So risk-taking, by definition, involves stepping out of the zone and confronting uncertainty. You know, the brain naturally resists leaving a comfortable space because the human brain feels threatening, even if the current situation isn't ideal or fulfilling. So the fear of losing control within our comfort zones, we feel a sense of control over environments. Risk-taking introduces what? Introduces uncertainty, which can create a feeling of powerlessness or lack of control. This happens with the brain structure. So past negative experiences, the social pressure, the cognitive bias, another big issue. We talk about loss aversion. What is loss aversion? According to this principle, people tend to feel the pain of losses more strongly than the pleasure of equivalent gains. So as a result, the fear of losing something, whether money, whether status or time, this can be more intense than the potential benefit of success, making individuals hesitate to take risks. Cognitive bias such as overconfidence or what we call availability heuristic. This can also influence risk perception. For example, we may focus on the worst case scenarios, leading us to overestimate the likelihood of failure. The status quo bias. People tend to favor things that are familiar over unfamiliar options, even if the latter could lead to better outcomes. The fear of success, this has to do with the fear of outgrowing social circles. Achieving success could mean leaving behind familiar social groups and no longer align with our goals. So we talk about the fear of alienation. How to overcome barriers to risk-taking? Of course, we need here to reframe failure, shift your mindset to view failure as a learning experience rather than a personal defeat. Try to build confidence, take more calculated risks in order to build confidence gradually. Success, even in small doses, helps diminish the fear of taking big risks. Instead of fearing uncertainty, embrace it as an opportunity for growth, learn to accept that not all outcomes are controllable. And at the same time, stepping out of your comfort zone is essential for growth. So practice being comfortable with uncomfortable situations and limit social pressure. So how to reframe your mindset? It's about shift from fear to curiosity, change your perspective on failure, adopt a solution-focused mindset, focus on the biggest picture, focus on the benefits of takes risk, cultivate resilience and the growth mindset, embrace the power of innovation because innovation often requires risks. We all know about this. Many breakthroughs in technologies, business, and personal development come from taking risks. Encourage experimentation, identify growth potential, gain competitive advantage because taking calculated risk can give you an edge over competitors who are too risk averse. And cultivate mental resilience has to do with practice self-compassion, set realistic expectations, develop growth mindset before, celebrate small milestones, small wins, develop patience, focus on what you can control, build a strong support system, embrace flexibility, practice mindfulness, develop patience. It's very, very important. So when to take the leap, how to spot opportunities, make market conditions. This is important to explore the market condition, external environment, personal consensus readiness, risk-reward ratio, competitive landscape, the data availability, legal regulatory compliance, right moment of action. You need to be aware of all these issues. Risk mitigation plans, because I don't have time to analyze all of this. There's your risk that I mentioned before. And very important, mentioned before about the worst scenario. And this is related how to analyze the worst case and the best case scenario. We need to understand this, and at the same time, after you understand this, we need to draft the contingency planning, which is the process of creating a backup plan for dealing with the worst case scenario. It ensures that you are prepared for unexpected challenges that minimizes the negative effects of failure. So risk mitigation, increased confidence. This is what a contingency plan should include: increased confidence, flexibility, adaptability, resource allocation, how to create a contingency plan, identifying key risk, evaluate the impact and livelihood of risk, developing actionable responses, assign responsibilities, establishing early warning systems, regularly update your plan to ensure that this remains relevant and effective in the face of evolving risks. Balancing risk and rewards, the role of intuition that I mentioned before. Embrace failure, because this has to do with innovation, creativity, and of course, the role of partnerships and collaboration in risk taking, it's important because we talk about diversification of expertise, we talk about shared resources, risk sharing and allocation, improve decision making. And when we collaborate in order to face a crisis, then we talk about more effective crisis management and response, access, of course, to new markets, data sharing, risk analysis. So how we can overcome this, all these techniques for boosting our self-confidence is to prepare thoroughly, to visualize success, reflect on past successes, to manage negative self-talk, to develop a plan B, adopt a PowerPoint, give yourself time. And the importance, of course, supportive environment mentorship is extremely important, because this gives us a sense of belonging, gives us empowerment to make decisions, and guide us through challenging. We need to know about the market research I mentioned before, financial projections, and trend analysis, and at the same time, the importance of due diligence before concluding, before taking big risks in business or personal ventures, have to do with how we evaluate the long-term impact, how we seek external perspectives, how we set clear priorities, we create a decision-making framework, how we trust the process, how we break down the decision, we develop patience, we visualize the worst-case scenario, and we trust our past experience. So risk-taking, personal growth, how we step out of the comfort zone. It's about overcoming limiting beliefs that prevents us from making bold moves, start small, build momentum, develop a growth mindset, challenge and reframe your beliefs, identify, acknowledge your limiting beliefs, what I said before, and reinforce your new beliefs with success stories. Risk is a function of how poorly strategy will perform if the wrong scenario occurs. Thank you very much for your attention. I could speak for hours, but I try to stick to the time because I want so much to say. Anyway, I think I gave a
Thank you.
small
Thank you,
summary.
Rania, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful. So you have beautifully put together. You spoke about strategic risk, the difference between strategic risk and reckless risk. You also spoke about how to boost confidence. You gave the various techniques of boosting confidence, which is need of the hour. Am I right? You also spoke about fear of failure, fear of success. Many people are not aware of fear of success. So thank you for throwing light on that. So next, we are going to call or invite our speaker, that is Miss Betty. Betty speaks from USA. Right? 1 second. Yes. So Miss Betty, I'm really happy to add some of the credential here. She is the co-founder, director, and she adds to her credibility. She says mother to the children. So big round of applause for that. And she's the CEO of a Life Change Now LLC, Christian educator, United Nations Peace Ambassador. She is civility leader, global speaker, song artist, multi bestseller author, retired United States Army veteran, women empowerment leader, youth advocate, and serial entrepreneur. Miss Betty, welcome, welcome. The stage is yours.
Yeah, I think Betty ma'am has internet connection. She just
Oh, oh,
left before by 10 minutes.
that's fine. That's
So we
fine.
will
We'll move on
introduce
to the
next speaker.
next speaker. So we have a beautiful speaker for today. That is, the name itself says Precious Catla from South Africa. So welcome, ma'am. Please carry on. Stage is yours.
Good afternoon from my side. Um, I had requested for my presentation to be shared. I don't know if you were alerted on that because I'm having a bit of a network challenge this side.
1 minute, ma'am. Just answer.
All right. Please don't edit to my 10 minutes, okay?
Yes. Yes, I would request all the speakers to keep the timing. That is 10 minutes.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm not able to open it in desktop. I'm just trying on my mobile. Just give me 1 minute.
All right.
So till then, Precious ma'am, could you please tell about yourself? Because we don't have your bio. We would love to listen
No,
to you.
it's okay. Firstly, let me take this opportunity to greet everyone. It's truly an honor again to be here in this incredible summit. And today we are diving into a very, very powerful topic, mastering the game, mindset, strategies, and also mastering for unstoppable success. Whether in business, in your career, or personal growth, success is not just about talent or luck. And also, Ms. Rania indicated that success has to do with relentless mastery and also strategic execution, and then having the right mindset. So, with that being said, I will start with the first point, which is a mindset. Remember, the mindset is very key, or it's fundamental to. Okay, I think we are getting the slides. The mindset is the building block, the foundation of success. You can move on to the next slide. Another one. Thank you. So as I was still saying, that the mindset is a foundation to building success. So success begins in the mind. The way we think, it determines the way we act. And then at the same time, we act in a way that it determines our results. And also, I'm going to be sharing with you the three principles of a winning mindset. The first one being growth, a growth mindset over the fixed mindset. Remember, how you think also has an input or contributes to the end results of whatever that you're planning on. And then on that, with that being said, success begins in the mind, as I've already said, and also the fact that the way we think, it determines and also contributes to the planning that we already have. And then embracing the challenges as opportunities to learn rather than as threats. Now, also having a fixed mind sees failure as a dead end. So it is important and crucial for one to have a growing mindset, one that sees challenges as a stepping stone. And also you ask yourself, this challenge that I'm coming across, what is it that I'm supposed to learn from it? Each and every challenge that you come across is a stepping stone, and you also have to reflect as to how and why am I coming across this? How can I build on top of this challenge that I'm coming across? Now, that is a mindset that is growing. And then the second point is resilience and grit. The most successful people are those who refuse to give up when they're faced with challenges. Remember, challenges are there to grow us, and challenges are there for us to be able to channel and also to strategize or go back to the drawing board, and also be able to come up with ways as to how am I going to work around this going forward. Because if you don't come across challenges, it means that you're not going through the right journey. And then success, in addition, success does not come overnight. And obviously, success is not success if you have not come through or came across through challenges. And lastly, on the point of resilience and grit, you have to learn to be able to see setbacks as temporary, and also believe in your ability to figure things out as an individual, and then also develop a habit of perseverance. If you do not persevere, there is no way you're going to make it if you want to be successful. So you must be able to persevere and also be able to develop resilience, because that is the only way that you'll be able to be strong enough to go forward, to push through to achieve your success. And then the last one, the last point under the mindset is the self-belief and visualization. If you do not believe in your goals yourself, there is no one that is going to believe in you. Firstly, in order for your product to be sold, you must be able to advertise it. Advertising your product, it means that you believe and also know the results that can harvest. But if you don't believe in yourself, it becomes very difficult for you to also be able to encourage other people to invest in your journey, to support you, to be there for you. Why? Because you do not trust in yourself as well. I mean, if you do not believe in your success, nobody else will, obviously. So you need to be able to visualize your goals clearly and emotionally engage with them every day. Remember, when we say you're engaging with something emotionally, it means you're giving it your all. If it does not work out, then it affects you emotionally. It tempers with your day-to-day life. So you must be able to then think about what you want to achieve, your plans, engage with it emotionally, have that connection with it. Because when you are having a connection with it, it means that you have a problem if it does not come to reality. And also, high achievers use visualization as a tool to prime their subconscious minds for success. So if you do not visualize and also imagine what you want to see yourself achieving, then there is no way you're going to be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Next slide, please. Then the second one being strategy. As you can see the background picture there, it's a chessboard, a game chessboard. Playing the game smartly. Remember, when you're playing chess, you don't just wake up and start playing. You must strategize. You play the game smartly. You calculate your moves. Why? Because you don't want to come across any mistakes or any challenges or lose the game. Well, mindset alone is not enough. You need to set yourself a solid strategy to turn your vision into reality. And then I'm going to be sharing with you the steps and the strategies that are essential for you to be able to set or strategize your plan so that you can be able to play the game smartly. Firstly, you need to ensure that your goals are clear, and then you set your goals. when you set your goals, you have to think beyond. Are your goals attainable? Are you going to be able to work through your journey? Are you going to be able to walk through the path of ensuring that you attend and also ensure that you materialize the goals that you have set? Be crystal clear about what you want. And then I also mentioned here that you must use the SMART goal framework. Your goal must be specific, your goal must be measurable, your goal must be achievable, relevant, and also be time bound. Each and every goal has a time frame. How long do you want to see yourself taking in order for you to see yourself as a successful somebody? You must have a time frame. You cannot set goals that you do not know when you want to see yourself living that goal or living or achieving that success or the goal that you have set for yourself. Write down your goals and break them into actionable steps. Breaking them into smaller components allows you to be able to see if ever there is success, if ever there is progress. Because having it as a whole and not being able to measure it, it becomes a bit difficult for you to see if ever there is progress because you're looking at the end product and not the bit by bit step that you need to take towards achieving that goal. In addition, leverage and also adaptability. The most successful people understand the power of leverage, and also whether it's leveraging technology, mentorship, or partnerships. Also, be flexible, and adaptability in a fast changing world is key to staying ahead. Remember, we're living in a contemporary world, it changes on a daily basis. So, you must be able to change and also adapt to the new way of doing things. That is the only way that you'll be able to ensure that you are playing the game smartly, also adjusting to the new ways of doing things, also being able to understand that the way we used to do things in the year 2020 cannot be the same way we do things in the year 2025. So you must be able to adjust and also be able to understand that there are ways of being able to turn around your things, your strategies. How can you do that? Being able to leverage and also adapt to the evolving situation or the world or condition or situation, or as well as the environment that you find yourself in. And then lastly, execution with consistency. Ideas without execution are meaningless. If you do not execute your ideas, it's the same as you not planning, but just writing things down without having direction as to how am I going to do this. And also set a disciplined routine and create habits that align with your success. You must live your dream. You must live your goal. You must live your plans. That is the only way you'll be able to understand your journey, because you would have changed the whole situation around you towards achieving what you would have set for yourself. And also, small, consistent efforts over time leads to exponential results. A bit by bit contribution towards your success or towards your strategies allows you to be able to achieve your goals more easier, because you are able to understand the dynamics that comes with planning and strategizing. But if you are not able to execute your ideas and remain consistent, then there is no way you're going to be able to see and measure the effectiveness of your planning and your strategies. Next slide, please. With mastery is when you become unstoppable. Like I've said and indicated, the mastery is about continuous improvement and deep expertise. How do you achieve mastery? And I've shared those skills there. Commit to lifelong learning. I love the say that goes, the best never stop learning. The best never stop learning. So if you want to become the best, you must become a lifelong learner, because things are changing on a daily basis, like I've said. So you must be able to understand and also empower yourself with the knowledge and skills that are being introduced on a daily basis. Read, take courses, attend seminars, and seek mentorship. Stay ahead of trends in your field. If you are an educator, for example, same as me, then you must be able to understand the trends that are coming in on a daily basis. Be able to understand how you're going to adjust and also be able to learn how to work and maneuver around the situations and the trends that are coming within your faculty or industry. And also you deliberate, practice. Success is not just about working hard, but about working smart. practice with purpose, get feedback, and refine your skills. I love this saying by Malcolm Gladwell's the 10,000 hour rules. It suggests that mastery requires intentional and focused practice. So when you are practicing deliberately, it means that you are intentional about your practice and also that you are focused on what you are practicing. Then that is the only way you'll be able to master and become unstoppable in your journey of becoming a successful somebody. And then lastly, surround yourself with excellence. Well, I'm happy that I'm having fellow teachers from South Africa who look at me, who see me as their mentor. I always tell them on a daily basis that try by all means to rub shoulders with the best. When I told them that I was coming to to be a guest speaker today in an international summit, it was something unbelievable to them. Then I said that you should look at me. My name or my picture is in the middle of a professor and a doctor. So watch the space. I might be the next doctor. Then they were laughing about it. So what I'm trying to say is that when you are surrounded by excellence, your environment influences your success. So the people that you hang around are influencing what you're going to achieve or what you're going to become in the near future. So surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and elevate you. Because if you stay with people that do not understand where they are going, you also not have a purpose and direction in life. And also, as Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you do not surround yourself with the best, then you are not going anywhere. So you must check your environment, check the people that you find yourself with. How are they contributing to your life? Are they contributing or are they removing or maybe reducing the standard of your success and planning? Then in closing, I would say the power of taking action. Next slide, please. Now, mindset, strategy, and mastery together create an unstoppable force. But the key ingredient is action. If you are planning without taking action, then you are not going anywhere. Knowledge alone won't change your life. Execution will. And also ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today to step closer to my goals? That is something that you should ask yourself on a daily basis. I want to become this person. What is it that I can do on a daily basis that can contribute to the journey that I'm going ahead? Success is a game. Those who master their minds, craft winning strategies, and commit to lifelong mastery don't just play the game, they own it because they understand the dynamics that comes with playing the game of being successful. Now, with that being said, I would say thank you and I wish you unstoppable success. Let's go out there and win this game. Thank you so much.
That was amazing, Precious. Amazing. The way beautifully you put everything in a nutshell about how mindset matters. You know, the mindset is a foundation for success. And you also mentioned about the strategies which we have to take or follow for goal setting, right? And also beautifully you said that you are an average of the people, 5 people with whom you move around. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So we have, yeah, give a big round of applause for Precious too. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. So we have our next speaker, Mr. Christopher Salem from USA. So Chris Salem is an expert in emotional intelligence, specializing in creating psychologically safe workplace that boost engagement, retention, and productivity. By focusing on self-leadership and communication, he helps organizations build cultures where employees feel valued and motivated. So welcome, Mr. Christopher Salem. The stage is yours. Please take
Thank you so much, and a pleasure to serve here today. And thank you, Precious, for a wonderful presentation to tee off today's event. And yes, mindset is the foundation. You know, I always say that when it comes to success, you know, everything follows a sequence of pillars in our life and business. And each and every day, I like to operate from what I call the 4 pillars of success. So oftentimes people ask, well, what are the 4 pillars of success? Well, it's got to start number 1 with the foundation. So the foundation. So think about a house. You have a beautiful home. You're building a beautiful home. Everybody aspires yet on some level to live in a beautiful home. A lot of times we put a lot of thought and effort into what that house is going to look like from the outside, the types of materials we're going to use, the type of kitchen, the bathroom, all of the above. What a lot of people don't think about, though, with that house is what it sits on, and that's a foundation. And when you ask people about a foundation, you're like, well, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, because if that foundation's got cracks, it's uneven, guess what? That beautiful home that you have is not going to be sustainable for a long period of time. Matter of fact, it's going to have a lot of problems. And as a society and as businesses globally, we operate and manage the problem each and every day. Now, while problems are not a bad thing, they're actually can be a good thing if we look at it differently. But oftentimes we are conditioned to react to the problem, and because we're reacting, we're always chasing. And as a result of that, we're not firmly grounded of where we are and where we're going, because we don't have a foundation, or we haven't taken time to develop our foundation. So when we look at the 4 pillars of success, we have to start with the foundation, and that is our mindset. Now, Precious shared a lot of great information about what mindset is, so I'm not going to be redundant and kind of go over the differences between a fixed and a growth mindset. But I'm going to talk a little bit about emotional intelligence when it comes to this. Emotional intelligence isn't something that some people are born with, and just like how some people are born with, high IQs. And that's true. Some people are born with high IQs. And there are some people that can also develop that over time. But EQ is something that can be developed. It can be learned. And while there are a lot of smart people out there, their EQs don't align with their IQ. And this is why a lot of times there's divide. There's divide between people. There's people react to situations. People react to other people. There's disagreements that are not resolved. And things just don't move forward because of that low EQ. Why EQ is important for a foundation? Well, if we're going to, operate in the solution, we got to recognize what the challenges are, what the problems are, and to see those challenges and problems and obstacles not as a bad thing, but as a good thing. Ask yourself, has anything that you've accomplished in your life or in your business, even recently, was that the result of because everything went right and nothing could go wrong when that happened? I'm not saying it can't, but more than likely you went through a series of challenges. In some cases, you thought at some point about throwing in the towel and saying to yourself, this isn't working, I'm going to quit. But something kept you in the game and you kept going, and it turned out to be okay, or it turned out to be great because you trusted the process. See, emotional intelligence, when utilized correctly, sees challenges as opportunities. And when you have opportunities, you can turn those into results. Obstacles, problems, and challenges are necessary to be innovative, to be creative, and to grow and expand in our communities, our households, and our businesses. So as a result of it, with EQ, we got to change the way we think. We have to change the way we look at things. We are all born with a survival mindset. No different than the caveman was when he came out of the cave to hunt for his food. There was always fear around the caveman because he could be mauled by the prey that he was preying on to bring home food for his family. Now, that's not the case anymore over the last, thousands and thousands of years. But nonetheless, we still operate in fear each and every day. Things that don't even threaten our lives physically or emotionally, we still operate from those fears. So we have to be able to learn to see things for what it is, not what we think it should be. So I'll say that again. We got to be able to see things in our element, our situations with other people for what it is, not what we think it should be. Even though we have biases, judgments, opinions, perspectives, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we have to learn that we can't base our decisions and operate from that solely, because there are other people involved. So they may not see it exactly the way you see it. So we have to see things for what it is. Emotional intelligence allows us to do that. And when we can now begin to see things each and every day to what we can control versus what we can't control, things are going to change over time. So what do I mean by that? So what can you not control? Anybody like to put in the chat box? What can we not control each and every day? I'm looking for two major buckets to put this into. There's two buckets, but there's a lot of things we can't control, but it could go into either of those two buckets. What can we not control? Anybody like to put in the chat box? Let me see if I pick up anything here. What can we not control? And if nobody puts anything in, it's okay. I will answer the question. Okay. Oh, here we go. Somebody did put something in. I just got to see what they did. Results. So yes, we can't control outcomes. We can't control the final outcome. We can't control other people. There you go. We can't control other people. We can't control situations overall. Now, we may know certain things about people that might be toxic to us. We can make the decision to avoid them or only spend certain amounts of time so they don't impact us in a negative way. We could control that, but we can't control people in itself overall. Situations, maybe certain situations are not good for you. You could control that, but you can't control the situation in itself overall. So those two buckets that we can't control are other people and situations. So therefore, what can we control? What can we control each and every day? Throw it into one major bucket. What can we control? Yes, you. You can control you. And there are 5 things that you can control each and every day with you. 5 major things. That is the communication to yourself and others. Most people are operating from their inner critic more than their inner champion. And oftentimes when we operate from our inner critic, we may think that nobody knows that, or we can hide that. But the reality is it does come out in our communication to other people. So how so? Well, many times when we're communicating to ourselves from our inner critic, it's coming across to other people in a passive and or aggressive way. Passive communicators tend to be yes people. They are pleasers and enablers. They say yes to everything. The reason why is because those self-limiting beliefs from childhood, they have a strong need for validation. So if you validate them, they're going to be happy because they went out of their way to please and enable you. But ask yourself, is that really helping them and helping you? No. See, I can speak about this from experience because I'm a recovering passive communicator. See, I grew up as a child where my father was rarely around. And when he was emotionally checked out. Therefore, I was always seeking his validation. And when I didn't get it, I sought it out in all of you. So I would go out of my way to please and enable you and say yes, only to never live up to your expectation, always to put the things that were important to me to the side, and then get frustrated, angry, and then react in an aggressive way from my behavior. So my passive aggressive behavior didn't really help anybody. It matter of fact, it kept people stuck and stagnant and dependent on me. I wasn't encouraging them to grow and do for themselves. Now, aggressive communication, people tend to talk down to people, could be sometimes condescending. They don't trust that people can do it to their level, so they have a hard time delegating. They are perfectionists. This is why they micromanage. Now you can see that we all know people like that, and also passive. But see, when we can utilize emotional intelligence, we can now learn to be assertive. We can be specific, clear, and concise with ourselves, learning to know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and to accept who you are, where you are, and where you're going. When we can now look at ourselves and not worry about what other people think of us. Easy to say and to do is another thing, but with practice, it allows us now to be more specific, clear, and concise with our communication to ourselves and others. When we can be assertive rather than passive aggressive as the sender or the receiver of the communication, because you can't control other people. You can't control what they're going to do. You can only control you as the sender or the receiver. I could ask questions now if somebody wasn't specific, clear, and concise with me. I don't have to take what they said verbatim. When I can do that, I reduce or eliminate any assumptions and speculation. The root cause to most issues in our world are people operating from self-limiting beliefs and communicating based on assumptions and speculations. It's evident KPIs don't lie. Divorces, dissolved partnerships, customers leaving because of just having poor experiences, wars, you name it, all based on assumptions and speculation, miscommunication. But we can control that within ourselves. Our behavior is assertive in alignment with our communication. We can control that. Our attitude, it's happening for you, not to you. The old Chris used to operate from that it was happening to me. I was the victim. I used excuses. I deflected how I felt onto others. I would blame that when things weren't going right or lack of results, it was because of situations and other people. I was always tied to expectations of outcomes in other people rather than intentions in the moment tied to me. Big difference. Emotional intelligence helps us to be aware and regulate that. We can control our emotions that we learn to respond, or excuse me, let me go back to attitude. We can learn now to see challenges and obstacles and problems as opportunities again. We see it differently. Our emotions, rather than react from a negative emotion or send an email from a negative emotion, I can respond from a secondary emotion. It doesn't negate the negative emotion. Negative emotions are a good thing. They're just letting us know that there is something unresolved that has to be tended to. But I don't have to react from it. I can respond. I can take a deep breath. I can remove myself for 10 minutes to compose myself. I can sleep on it before I send that email or confront somebody in a positive way to put them on the offense, not the defense. My action. Many people are busy, but not productive. They're caught up in things that are not even relevant to what's important. And they use that as excuses why they couldn't get to certain things that were important or why they couldn't finish something that they had strived to obtain. So you can see that when we, with emotional intelligence, when we could focus on what we can control from intentions in the moment, not getting caught up in the things we can't control tied to outcomes in the past and the future, we're more likely to be calm, more focused, less stressed, and accomplish more. Doesn't mean everything works out, but we trust the process. We trust the process of what we can control, letting go of what we can't. And it's through that, what we can control and what we can't, that when done every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year, compounds over time. And when you now can be the example of that through the 5 things that you can control, just like children learn from what they observe in their parents growing up, other people pick up on it subconsciously. You encourage them through your example to do for themselves. That creates interdependency, less codependency. And you become more resourceful. You empower people or encourage them to do for themselves. As they do for themselves, they will pass that on to other people. Does that mean everybody changes? No. Some people will never get it. And some people will learn on different levels. But if it's like baseball, you're never going to bat 1,000. But if we can increase our average from 200 to 350, well, guess what? You're making progress. And KPIs, key performance indicators, never lie. Numbers don't lie. So when you're measuring to see where there are improvements on an individual level, a team level, a family level, a community level, a nation level, state level, world level, well, guess what? Emotional intelligence can be a game changer. So for me, it all starts with the foundation of EQ, preparation, breaking everything down into smaller attainable objectives, using systems and activities to carry it out, prioritizing what's important, what can be delegated, and getting rid of what is not relevant, and then measuring to see what works, what doesn't, adapt, and then repeat the process. Then I can execute on it, measure, and there you go. So the 4 pillars of success: foundation through EQ, preparation, execution, measurement. For me, it's been a game changer in my life as a husband, as a father, as a sibling, as a member of my community, as a consultant to many businesses and leaders that I've coached and consulted with. And I continue every day to strive to fill my cup, to give without expectation from empathy and kindness, not pleasing and enabling, and through my resourcefulness to pass that on. So I give without expectation, I receive without resistance. I can't give what I don't have. I have to fill my cup to keep giving. It's like the oxygen mask. You got to put it on yourself before you put it on someone else. I know I've run out of time, and I will leave it there. And thank you for the opportunity to serve on this panel of subject matter experts here today.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. That was amazing and beautifully you explained about mindset being the foundation. Then you spoke about what we can control, what we cannot control, and how we can achieve success. That was amazing. So big round of applause for Mr. Christopher. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next we have Anita C. Powell from USA. Can we have?
Hi, how's everybody?
Hi, thank you. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you, ABCD International family. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for thinking of me, and I'm glad to be among each and every one of you. All right, so mastering the game. I love the title with unstoppable success. So when Akash had reached out to me, I said, "Oh, absolutely, I love this. I love this title." So mastering the game, and this week is so wonderful because this is the energy of ingenuity. This is the vibration of mastery this week alone. And the first thing when I'm thinking about too that I want to share is mastering the game and ingenuity this week. Okay, what is ingenuity? It's being creatively and clever, original. How do we be original? We be original by what we do. We be self-awareness. That's the foundation of mastery is self-awareness. Now, defining success. You know, success is not cookie cutter. And I'm 68 years of age, and it's not been until maybe 15 years, 20 years ago that I actually learned myself what is success to me. When I really asked myself that question, I began to see that my definition of success was based on what society said was success. And it was then when I recognized that I said, okay, that's not my definition of success. Also, mastering the game is actually understanding that everything is energy. Everything is energy, and absolutely nothing comes before a thought. Absolutely nothing comes before a thought. So then what we must do is be mind aware and thought aware of our thoughts. And then with success, however we define it, there must be order and organization. Okay, so now with as far as success, the first thing I want to say as far as entering now is it ain't the thing, it's how you look at it, and manifestation is in the belief. Okay, now what that means is that a lot of times we are confronted with different issues, different situations, different people, and I want to thank you guys, Rainia, Precious, and Christopher. Excellent, thank you so much for those words of wisdom. Being mind aware and understanding that our professional and personal lives is an intermingling of one. It's one love, one energy. So my character, my personal character is going to flow into my professional character. So what we need to do as far as self-awareness is that inner self-awareness. Mastery is understanding who and what we are. Mastery is understanding that, yes, this is the game of life and how to play it, as Florence Gavoshan had indicated, and it's mastering our beliefs. It's mastering our thoughts. Now, Understanding this game, of course, we want to see and blend in the external with the internal, understanding that within you, YOU is your own universe. And once we master the you that is within, of course, everything out here is going to be the way we see it, because again, nothing precedes a thought. We can think all day long. Let me think. What comes before thought? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what our beliefs, either conscious or subconscious, whatever we believe is going to manifest. Self-awareness is understanding, recognizing and asking and saying, okay, I want to learn, whoever we go to, call it God, universe, higher self, whatever you just say, okay, I want to learn what type of beliefs are within me that are not serving me. We cannot change that or address it until we become aware of it. And until we become aware of it, we're going to be going to be confronted with the lesson to learn, say, hey, there's something, the soul, SOUL cause of it is saying, listen, there's something you need to learn here. So now we want to go into that and say, I'm keeping time with the track because I do believe in the 10-minute thing, y'all. So that's talking fast. So we want to understand that we've got to understand and know the masculine and feminine energy within us, and know when it's time to be still and receive the ideas, and when to manifest, and then also to know, okay, what beliefs do I actually hold? When I first started asking that to myself, this was last year, I actually found 2 limiting beliefs that I didn't know that I had all these years. And then I was able to address it, correct it, and now I've moved on to that. As far as self-awareness being an ultimate strategy, there's a quote that you cannot control the waves, but you can learn how to surf. That's Jan Kabat-Zinn. And what that means is that, just like Christopher said, we can't control what's out here. Somewhat we can't control, because again, nothing precedes a thought. So whatever is in our world, in our sphere of influence, that is the energy, the vibration that we brought to us, because it is our sphere of influence. So when we think of it ain't the thing, it's how we look at it. That's as far as Precious with the mindset. There are things that times professionally and personally that we may have an opinion on something, or we may be met with an experience, and then if it does not feel good to us, that is to be self-aware, is to understand, hey, it's not that thing that's making me feel like this, or I shouldn't say feel, because it's not that thing that is having me experience this emotional sensation. It's how I'm looking at it. So once I determine, hey, it ain't the thing, it's how I look at it, and then say to ourselves, let me see this in a correct way that will bring me peace, that is mastery. That is moving, that is shifting from struggle to flow. That's understanding that whenever we have our situations in life, because life is going to have its ups and downs. That's one of the seven universal laws, the universal law of rhythm. And then also understanding with self-awareness is understanding also that the result of what I'm experiencing is based on a decision that I made. So self-awareness and mastery is also being mind aware that I need to pay attention to my decisions. I need to be more aware of the type of decisions that I'm making, because that is the cause of the effect, the result of what I'm going to experience. So in all practical terms, we want to check ourselves daily. What emotional experience am I the space that I'm in, and what is the moment teaching me? Learning to be in the moment, in the present, the contemplation, embracing challenges, as everyone has said before me, as growth opportunities, and then also choosing peace over reaction. So the key takeaways here is that the real game is not about controlling the world, it's about mastering you, your own universe, what is inside of you, trusting that trust and tapping into you. When we do that, everything else aligns. And then take a call. What I ask you guys to do, here's a call to action for you. Just take one step today, whether it's observing your thoughts, responding with peace, or embracing the moment fully, ask yourself, what game changes the moment that you want to do? Thank you so much. I'm Anita, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
It was really amazing. You gave a different perspective and you spoke about affirmation, which I think many people are missing out now, right? And you also spoke about how we look at things that matters a lot, right? So thank you very much, Miss Anita.
Welcome.
Thank
You
you
are
so
so
much.
very welcome.
Up next, we have our next speaker, that is Mahashada, Lebanon. Yes, Mahashada, Lebanon, from Lebanon.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear
Hi.
me? Okay, just give me just 1 minute to share my screen, if you please. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Actually, I'm so thrilled to be here with you today to talk about something that lies actually at the core of every great achievement, mastering the game of success, whether it's going to be in business, leadership, or personal growth. Winning actually is not about luck, it's about mindset, it's about strategy, and it's about mastery. Think about if we are going to think about the most successful people, if we are going to think about the most successful people we've admired actually, what set them apart? It's not just the talent actually or the opportunity itself. It's their ability to think in a different way. It is their ability to plan intentionally and to keep going when others, for example, stop. So that's why that's what we are diving into today. In this session, I will be sharing powerful insights on how to cultivate a successful drive-in, how to cultivate a successful drive-in mindset, design strategies that actually work, and also how to develop the resilience in order to keep pushing forward no matter what obstacles come into our ways. The first thing when it comes, if we would like to speak about the foundation, actually, if we would like to speak about the foundations of the foundation of success, the first step, the first and the most important one to take into consideration is to speak about mindset. Very important because great achievements begin in the mind. The way you think actually shapes the way we act, and the way we act actually determine our results. There are, if we want to speak about mindset itself, we have two types. The first one is the fixed, and the second, the growth. A fixed mind is always say, I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. Or I wasn't, for example, born with that talent. A growth mind is, however, on the other hand, say, I may not know how to do this yet, but I can learn, I can adapt, and I can improve. And what's matter actually, just our ability to adapt, to learn, and to change. If we are going to ask ourselves if we seeing a challenge, for example, some people, if we want to speak about challenge, usually we face a problem on a daily basis. Usually we have hardships, difficulties. What makes us different from other people is ability to adapt and our resilience. So that's why it's very important when it comes to the foundations of success is to be resilient, okay? Because the more we are going to be able to be resilient, the more we are going to be able to achieve long-term goals. Also, we need just to take into consideration the third steps. We need to take into consideration how to identify and challenge negative self-talk. In our way or in our journey to success, sometimes we are going to encounter negative peoples, or not sometimes, usually we encounter negative people who are keep on pushing us down or giving us negative vibes. So we need to do our best to avoid such types of people. We need to have a good self-image about ourself in order to be able to be successful. Because if you believe you can achieve, if we don't have a good self-image about ourselves, we can't convince people about us too. So from mindfulness, from resilience and overcoming limiting beliefs, we're going to move to the second point, which is very important for successful. Being having a good image, having the strong will, being resilient is not enough to make to be successful. We need to define our game. We need to set a clear purpose. We need to have a vision, and we need to have a value. Our goals are supposed to be smart, and we are supposed to have an idea about what we are supposed to do. We don't have to do that rashly without, for example, randomly, because this is not going to be a good way in order to be successful. Usually when it come to successful, we are supposed to have a clear vision. So mindset alone is not enough. We need a strategy, and you are not going to be able to build a house without, for example, having this strategy. A powerful strategy usually starts with the clarity. We need to be clear. We need to define exactly what is success look like for us. We need to be specific. I want to make this and that. I will increase my income by doing that and that. I will be successful in this place by doing this and that. We need to make a priority also for something, because not everything move you forward. So we need to focus on the actions that have the biggest impacts, and very important, not just the goals. And if when the goals and the value and the vision are put, we need to take into consideration consistency, because consistency in whatever the field you are going to be is very important. It is the most successful. The most successful people are not always the smartest or the most talented. Actually, they are simply the most consistent one, who put a certain plan and they are doing their best to achieve and apply in a daily basis. Also, we need to, when we put actions, turning the strategy, we put our plan, we set our clear goals, objectives. We have our smart goals. Now, it's very important for us to turn our strategy into reality. To turn our strategy into reality action, we need to focus on the following points. Time management is very important. We need to make a prioritized task effectively. The one we are supposed to do. Having millions of tasks at the same time is not going to lead to success, so we need to move step by step. The second one, we usually need to take into consideration that small wins lead to bigger success. We need to celebrate our milestones. And we need to take into consideration how to break down large tasks into smaller steps. One of the most mistakes that usually people face in their journey to success, that sometimes, for example, they believe if they want to be successful, they are supposed to have to do something amazing, to do a very big achievement for people to notice them. And this is actually is not correct at all, because we can step, having, for example, putting a certain project or doing a certain successful idea is better than, for example, having a big achievement and you are not going to be able to accomplish. So usually your goals are not supposed to be so big. Move step by step. If you are going to do that, this is very important for your success. Later on, you are going to feel that you are just you are building a home. If we are going to build a whole building just or any apartment one day, it's not going to be we are not going to be able to do that. But step by step, weeks, months later on, we are going to see our apartment in the way, for example, we want. So it's all about patience. It's all about time management. It's all about just being able to move step by step, small action, but later on it's going to be so big. Also, when it come to success, we need to take into consideration how to map our path to victory. This is very important. This is also very important in order to know how to map our victory to success. Here, we should take into consideration when we want to do that we did number one, we believe in ourselves. Number two, we put our strategy in order to be successful. Now we need to do feedbacks for our work. It's very important that you understand your internal and external landscape. Very important to do analysis for your work, to resource allocations for something you do it. Keep on checking your progress. Keep on also evaluating your work, having feedback from your. It's very good to have a feedback from your colleagues, from people who surround you, and also you should evaluate yourself if you really want to be successful, because sometimes we put a certain plan, but unfortunately not everything is going to, for example, to happen like we want. So keep on doing analysis, keep on checking the progress of your work, whatever the type of business you are leading. Feedback evaluation is very important if you want to be successful. The power, very important also to focus on distraction. It's very important to take to give sometimes ourselves a break, just in order to be able to concentrate and reduce stress, because in our journey to success we are going to encounter many things that is going to put us down. So it's very important to be, if you feel that you are tired sometimes, it's not to continue, and it's not to continue. It's very important just to take a break, to concentrate and to reduce your stress. Also, it's very important to identify the time waster. Track your time to identify and eliminate any distraction that is going to impede you. And you need also to minimize any just boundaries, for example, the environment, the people who are surrounding you, if they are going just, for example, to be like a distraction for you. So here, in your journey, usually take care of yourself, take care of the people that you surround yourself with. The environment is very important, but the most important one is yourself. Take care of yourself, and usually know how to reduce your stress, how to take a break and start again full of energy and vibes. We also have to add something here. Building very important to your journey is to build a community of communication and collaboration. Success, you can't be successful alone. And actually, I usually believe that great leaders or successful people are the one who are able to create more successful people. They create leaders, they don't create followers. So never ever believe that success is something. Don't be selfish in your journey of success. Usually feel happy that you are going to be surrounded by successful people whom you are going to learn from them, and at the same time they are going to be influenced by you and learn from you. So it's very important in your journey to have a network. Networking with people in your domain also, especially when you are going to connect with the like-minded individual, this is going to help you to learn from them. You need to seek guidance from the experienced and professional people, and you need to work with others in order to achieve a goal. So very important, success never can be done alone. And actually we can feel the meaning or the real meaning. We can't enjoy actually the real meaning of success if we are going to be alone in this journey. Usually together we can make, I usually believe that together we can make a big difference. So that's why I stress on the importance of networking. I stress in the importance of collaboration communications with other people, and mentorship in order to be successful in your journey and in order to really enjoy the victory at the end of your journey. Next, here we need, as I mentioned before, we need to track our success. We need just usually to measure our success. We need to see the progress, and we need to do adjustment in case we are going, for example, to have a certain problems, or we are going to have, because in every project or every strategy we are going to put, whatever the domain you are going to be in, we have weakness and we have a strength. So usually at the end or during, usually I do that whether at the beginning, middle, or the end of any certain project. I measure the strengths and the weakness at the same time of any initiative or any projects I'm working on, in order to be able to know what I'm going to improve in the next step, what I need to add, or what I need, for example, to eliminate, and if to eliminate. One of the most important things that we usually stress about when it comes to success is the continuous learning. Whenever people ask me about if I want to describe myself, I usually say I'm a lifelong learner, because I believe that in every stage in our life, we are supposed to learn. Every day, every second, every minute, we learn something, whether, for example, from professional people around us, or sometimes we learn from our students, from simple people, from our daily life experience. So very important, if you really want to be successful, you need to have a continuous learning, because mastery comes from continuous learning and adaptation. The world actually is changing fast. What worked yesterday may not work, for example, tomorrow. That means you have to stay ahead. You need to keep learning and you need to keep improving. If we are going to think about the most successful people, they never stop growing. They never stop learning. They didn't stop practicing after winning their first champion or the second one, etc. If I want to take into consideration Elon Musk, he didn't stop inventing, for example, after his first company. Nowadays, he's leading the world. They mastered their craft and they kept such types of people, successful ones. They mastered their craft and they are kept evolving. They are stay up to date in order to know to know more. So very important. Mastery is the key to a long term successful. At the end, I just don't want to exceed my time. I would like just to conclude my presentation by saying that I want to leave you just with one key thoughts. I believe that success is a game you can master if you choose it. All of us can be successful if we are going to choose that. Our mind actually shapes our reality. Our strategy determines our direction, and actually our persistence decide how far you go. Challenge will come, setbacks are inevitable actual, but the difference between those who win and those who don't actually is the ability to learn, to adapt, and to push forward. Now the question actually is, what will you do next? What small but powerful action will you take today to move closer to your goal? Because knowledge is only valuable when it is applied. Thank you for your time, for your energy, and for your commitment to growth. Keep playing the game with purpose, and I have no doubt you will win all. Thank you for giving me the chance to be with you today.
Big round of applause to Maha, who beautifully put it. She spoke about what is mindset, strategy, how to master. She said defining the goal is most important. What is your game? Defining the game is most important. Then she also mentioned about the SMART goals. Just having goals is not enough. Having a SMART goal is more important, right? And also she spoke about the power of focus. So everybody wants success, but having that focus is most important. So thank you, Maha. Thank you for the wonderful session. Next, we have Ana Magrida Forte from Portugal. So Miss Anna, she, besides being a law degree, having a law degree with several diplomatic masters, has been investigating for the last 35 years around the world. So about human development, she says here. One second. Yes. So as I mentioned, past 35 years, she has been conducting investigations on various areas of human development. Okay, and she lived in several countries. Then she is the CEO of Group Media Agora, broadcast daily from several countries. She's a therapist. She's an entrepreneur. She's a trainer, ambassador of multiple and global projects from Europe to Africa. So she's the president of ONG Master You Now. So welcome, Miss Anna. Welcome.
Bless you. Thank you so much, Miss Marine. And I really want to thank you also to Mr. Akash. Thank you so much for the invitation. You know, I'm really and deeply honored and emotionally, because we are talking about emotions. So I really want to thank to Raina, to Anita, to Precious, to Christopher, to all of them, because we have been in a momentum here today. I decided not to have like a presentation, a proper one, because when I saw the quality of people we're going to have today, I imagine, because I've been doing this in several countries, that will be like this. So I choose to speak about spiritual growth because until now, as you see, we have all the strategies. They've been giving us all the strategies. And in this scenery that every day, all the cultures, all the contracts, all the sceneries that you know are changing. That's why agora means now. So to mastering this game, we need to understand that, of course, we need to have, but mostly we need to be. Anita just connected with this, and Christopher also, because we are not what we think. We are 50% of our father and our mother. We need to connect with our ancestors. And sometimes, being a Portuguese, we have people in our ancestors from all around the world. Sometimes we even think that we are something, but we are not. We are what we believe we are, but we are the same. We are reproducing. We are being what our ancestors are doing, or sometimes we are doing some things that they didn't know. For instance, as a woman, I've been living by myself in several countries. I was the first granddaughter to do that. Of course, I had people, even my grandfather, he was an immigrant, but being a woman, because for some reason, before I was aware, for some reason, my ancestors say, "Oh, she needs to take a lot of degrees and a lot of masters to to help her to be a supporter because she's going to be alone." Yes, imagine my grandmother and my grandfather from both sides, they were orphans. So for some reason, I had to master myself to have all the keys, the strategy, and the mindset, and even the emotional development to be, because even if I don't know the story, my mother was an orphan. So how can I cope with this being a woman? Even on the 20th century, because I'm from the 20th century to the 21st century. How can I do this? So I need to learn everything. I need to learn epigenetic, hypnose. I need to know all the cultures, beliefs, and religions. So I took people to India, to Nepal, to Africa, to Japan, everything. So I was devoted to investigate. And what is the common base? B. That's why the law of attraction has the key. We are not what we think. First, we need to know that we are a result, but at the same time, we have our own story, we have our own moment, and we have the capacity to choose. Even the birth moment can change our life because for 40 weeks, 36 weeks, we are being and breathing and connecting our brain. It's connected with our mother's emotional and breathing. So we can change everything. That's why quantic, that's why today, spirituality and science, we are seeing, we are watching an amazing moment to see they are always being together. They always been together. That's why when we follow the laws of science, we can change. Anita was saying about that, the energy. We need to create. So I need to be so happy like I'm now. I create like a safe and place here in this amazing community, the ABCD International family community with people from all around the world. For some reason, do you think that even when I'm on the radio and on web TV, because I have been broadcast every day from a different country, and I've been living in different countries with different cultures from Iceland to UK to Africa, do you think it's easier? No, because every moment we are even being connected and we are being programmed with a lot of things. The water that you drink has information, the air, the oxygen that we breathe, there's information, even the network. We didn't need the 6G because we have less space. So every day we're being connected. That's why for the last 7 years I've been in Iceland. I've been drinking water. Our water is from the glacier. Can you imagine with thousands of years of information? And of course, where were you when was COVID? I was in Iceland, protected, only with 360,000 people. So we need to be connected with the science. And the science is not like a religious science. It's science. We need to be connected what we are creating. If I feel, like Christopher said, if I'm feeling angry, if I don't breathe, if I don't create like a safe and secret place, and sometimes it's just moving one step, sometimes it's just connecting from the internet, sometimes it's just share what our needs, like I just did a few minutes ago with Mr. Akash. Because every time, every moment, the reality is changing. I'm super powerful because I know what my limitations are, what my beliefs are. This is the super powerful moment to connect with this mastering the game. Each second, I'm being influenced for a lot of realities. Quantic explains this. So, oh my God, how can I deal with this? Because now everything is connected with AI, and we are receiving all the information that sometimes the majority of the times is creating for the people who don't have the same values, or even the root, the grounding, it's not the same as me. So we need to choose now. That's why every time I need to be aware, and I have a powerful tool, because people say, oh, you need to meditate. Yes, sometimes I was meditating and breathing from 4 o'clock when I was doing for 3 years, like a training in breathing. I was meditating and breathing from 4 o'clock a.m. until 7 o'clock. And then I was doing a lot of other sharing and exercising a lot of other tools. But suddenly we are in a world that we need to slow down. So how can I do it? So I really can breathe and connect with the moment. I have the power to be connected what is happening. And I need to create a space like my dear family members from ABCD in the international community say until now. Because in all the companies that I've been working with, a lot of people, expats, with people from different beliefs and everything, how can you have like a common moment? How can you have like a peaceful moment if every day we are bombarded with a lot of news from all around the world to all the corners? We need to choose what is our moment. We need to know what is our purpose in life. And normally, we already shared this today here. Normally, our mission and our purpose is connected with fear, inner fear. And sometimes, the majority of the times, is not ours. It's something that is in our brain. That's why we already approach this here. We can train like a gym. We can train and change that. We can change the moment, the speed, and the manifestation. So if I'm aware, I will be coherent with consistent. And then Some people say, oh, but you need to have faith and to believe. Oh, but my religion doesn't believe in faith or beliefs. We just need to just go to data, just go to science. We just need to be, even if 95% of our beliefs are still there, even I already did like an iron, strong inner working, I still have beliefs. I still have limitations. Okay, we still have the experience of COVID. But now, if we have like a lockdown, if, for instance, we study astrology, we will see that a lot of things is going to happen in 2025. There's math. How am I going to cope with that? Just live now. We live now and amplify that moment. And every time we are doing that, we change our reality. So I really invite you. That's why I'm doing this all around the world every day. And also, I create the ONG Master You Now. You know that when I create, you know that will be the honor to be in a community with a starting point saying, master the game now, master you now, because this is the moment. It doesn't matter what is happening in the world. You just need to be. We are here for a human experience. So, orange tree give orange. We are humans. Of course, we are connected, and now you are being invaded by all the robots, all the ships, everything. Just come now. Just come now and breathe and connect. What if you die now? Where would you like to be? I would like to be here with these amazing experts for all around the world. When there was the energy of a man, Mr. Akash, he represents the world with an amazing energy for a woman who is moderating. Can you imagine, Miss Marine? So connected, they are representing what we did now in the safe place, and we are sharing all our experience and knowledge. Can you imagine this better? So my day, this moment, it's amazing. Of course, I will go to a meeting now. I'm working. I will have connections. Sometimes the internet is not flowing. Sometimes you are, for instance, Jupiter was retrograde. A lot of people that you know were sick in the last few days. Yes, that's an explanation. Oh, but this is limiting my. Yes, but if you take care of yourself, if you choose what you drink, where you are, you will change. Science already explained it. Two twins, if they have cancer and if they have different environments, if they are aware what they eat, what if with different families, they will change. So I just want to really to thank you. I don't want to take too much time. I know that I have 1 minute, but I really want to thank you each soul. And of course, some of you believe in soul, some of you believe in spirit. I want really to thank you, each one of you who have been here in all the other events and here, because this is an amazing project. There is transforming ourselves and this energy. Can you imagine this wave through the world? And this time, a lot of people are just dying, make that transition, and we are here creating and links and knowledge. So I really honor you, and I really want to thank you. And just be, have your own tools, because like me, I was going to study everything just to save my family and the world. And now we just need to save ourselves. And then with all our tools, we can connect with these amazing people. Can you imagine? My grandfather was from Brazil. He was studying to be a doctor. My family was farmers, and I'm with an international community. I'm being with a network and a support like Ohana, a family for the last 35 years with people from all different fields. I work in the Portuguese Foreign Affairs. I work as a manager in the BP, British Petroleum, and I had to do a lot of choices to be here today. It's easy? Well, sometimes it's challenging. You need to be brave. You need to be consistent. You need to know your purpose and you need to be focused. And I really want to thank you because all of the things I was going to say, all of my ancestors and all of my colleagues who are here today, family members, already said in an amazing way. So imagine we are not surrounded by Napoleon Hill said by 5. We are surrounded by 25 people every month we were going to be surrounded by hundreds of people in the end of 25. So I really want to take that inhale that and share this with the world. Thank you so much for this moment. I really want to thank you for everything. Thank you, ABC International Family, for all you've been doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Anna. You made the session so emotional. I'm literally emotional. And yes, you wonderfully explained how important is to being in the moment. Yes, that's amazing. So thank you. Thank you very much. Everyone give a big round of applause to Anna. Very good.
It was an honor.
Do we have our next speaker, Professor Meherin Mia from South Africa? Do we have here? No? Okay, no problem.
Have Mona ma'am with
Yes,
us.
we'll move on to the next speaker, that is Miss Mona Savin from Lebanon. So Mona Savin is the Vice President of AULA, that is AULA, an edutech expert, a certified international trainer, European board. She is a global speaker, education ambassador at IIU, and a leader in digital citizenship and educational innovation. So Ms. Mona, welcome.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Ms. Mona.
Today, I will explore how to achieve unstoppable success through the power of SMART goals. We will discuss how to develop actionable plans, define SMART goals, and implement strategies to ensure you stay on track. So goals are the foundation of success. They give us direction and purpose, helping us move from simply wishing for something to taking actionable steps. Without clear goals, it's easy to lose focus. Today, we will learn how to turn your dreams into achievable tasks. So the SMART framework is a powerful tool for setting effective goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework ensures your goals are clear, realistic, and aligned with your broader objectives. Let's break down each component. Specific, your goal should be clear and well-defined. Measurable, you should be able to track your progress. Achievable, ensure your goal is realistic and attainable. Relevant, your goal should align with your broader objectives. Time-bound, set a deadline to keep yourself accountable. This breakdown will help you create goals that are both motivating and achievable. So when drafting SMART goals, follow these steps. Instructions. Use the SMART framework as a guideline. Prompt, think about what you truly want to achieve. Encouragement, don't limit yourself. Consider personal, professional, and even health-related goals. Once you have set your SMART goals, the next step is to turn them into actionable plans. This involves defining your goal clearly, identifying the tasks needed to achieve it, setting deadlines to keep yourself on track, allocating resources like time, money, or tools. By following these steps, you will create a plan that's both achievable and actionable. So let's apply what we have learned to a real-world example. Suppose your goal is to earn a professional certification. Here's how you would create an action plan. First, you have to identify the goal, which is completing the certification. Gather information, research available programs, set a deadline, so decide when you will complete your research. List resources identify what you will need, such as study materials or funding. This structured approach ensures you stay organized and focused. Create an effective action plan. Start by identifying your SMART goal. Then list the task, set deadlines, and allocate the necessary resources. Use a template like the one shown here to keep everything organized. Remember, well-structured plan is key to achieving your goals. Staying focused on your goals can be challenging. Here are some strategies to help. Regular review. Check your progress weekly to ensure you are on track. Flexibility. Be open to adjustments if circumstances change. Milestone celebration. Reward yourself for small achievements to stay motivated. Accountability. Share your goals with someone who can hold you accountable. These strategies will help you maintain momentum and achieve your goal. So accountability is a powerful tool for success. How to use it? Implement action plans. Execute your plans daily, even if it's just small steps. Daily efforts. Consistency is key, so small efforts add up over time. Share goals. Tell someone about your goals to increase your commitment. By staying accountable, you will be more likely to achieve your goals. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this session on SMART goals and actionable plans helpful. Remember, success is within your reach when you set the clear goals, create actionable plans, and stay accountable. Now, go out there and achieve unstoppable success. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mona Savin. Thank you very much to beautifully explain how the goal should be, how to set a goal, and specifically SMART goal. So thank you very much. Give a big round of applause to Miss Mona. Up next, we have our speaker for today, that is Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India. Dr. Anjum Qureshi holds the position of Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering, Research and Technology, Chandrapur. With a rich academic background, she has authored 3 books and holds 4 patents, showcasing her expertise in her field. She is a versatile professional, serving as a parenting coach, career counselor, graphology practitioner, and meditation facilitator. As an international trainer and motivational speaker, Dr. Qureshi has participated in over 400 events. Additionally, she has contributed to international documentary films produced by UNICEF, showcasing her commitment to humanitarian causes. So, Dr. Anjum Qureshi, welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful introduction, and thank you, Akash, sir, for this opportunity once again to be on this platform. And greetings to everyone. I'm Dr. Anjum Qureshi, and yes, as we are discussing about the mindset and how we should be having a strategy. So here, I would like to speak about how your subconscious mind works for all of us. Because, our subconscious mind is like a huge memory bank. It will store everything permanently that ever happens to you, and its capacity is virtually limited. So while your unconscious memory is virtually perfect, your conscious recall that is suspect. So if we think about this, like how we need to reprogram, how we need to use our conscious mind for performing good, and how to reprogram our subconscious mind, and how does the power of positive thinking to overcome negative thoughts to achieve all the dreams in our life, because we know that whatever we want to achieve, and when we talk about mindset, people give different theories of mindset: positive mindset, productive mindset, growth mindset. But it is where whatever kind of mindset we're having, but everything begins with a mindset. If you want to be successful in life, you want to have some strategies. Okay, yes, the mindset that is being formed. And how this mindset is formed? This mindset is actually formed by the environment you're exposed to, the people you are around. So when we talk about subconscious mind, it is it's always working in the background. For example, even though we are in the session, uh, uh, we must be thinking something that must be going on. So you're not necessarily aware of it, what is going inside your mind. And sometimes you call the unconscious mind or your subconscious mind. It will contain all the stored information of everything you have ever experienced. It is not only throughout the day, but throughout so many years you have lived on this earth. And because of this, that will influence how you react to things, such as to why you're shy, you are lazy, or you eat too much, or you have some addiction. And on the positive side, your subconscious mind will affect things like why you are motivated, how confident you are, how successful you are, how cheerful and hopeful you are, and there are many things. So the key for using your subconscious, your consciousness, is to positively influence your subconscious thought, and learning how to use this subconscious mind and the conscious mind, both of them together. It is actually a powerful tool. So, if we talk about some of the studies in the field of psychology, like how our brain works, it indicates that the experience we have shape the way we think and act, especially experiences in our early childhood. Although you do not remember most of your life data, like you must not remember what happened with you when you were 1 year old or 2 year old, but still, that unconscious data in your head, it actually influences 90 to 95% of your behavior. And your subconscious mind, it can be like, you can compare it to a flying plane or on autopilot. So it is constantly running programs to control how we walk, how we sit, how we breathe, how we talk, and so on. And we don't have to think about this thing because they just happen. Because the information to do them is stored in your brain. And since your subconscious mind has such a great amount of control over your positive and negative behavior, the key to train your brain is to produce more positive behavior. So I will just talk on some of the tips to, just control your mind, to form to how to use your conscious mind on the subconscious mind for having a good mindset. So first, you need to recognize the roadblock. You need to identify what is holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve. What are your limiting thoughts or fears? For example, if you desire to write a book, but you just can't seem to start it, and if you don't start it, obviously you're not going to finish it. So, what is keeping away from you to do that? Do you think that no one is going to read it, or you don't have enough time for it, or you're not a trained writer? So all these are some of the thoughts that you will imagine to be true, but they are not necessarily true. You think that no one is going to read the book just because I have written 3 books. So people used to question like, okay, who is going to read your book? They used to mention some very famous authors, but still I went for it. And I today have more confidence in me that I can write more books in the future. So roadblocks, they can also be a physical barriers. Perhaps you want to lose weight, you want to allow your habit of scrolling, lose your habit of scrolling through the social media, and all. But then what you have to do is just think about your goals and dreams and find out what thoughts and the habits are keeping you from achieving them. So once you identify the roadblock, the second is to let just go of those limiting thoughts. Not just limiting thoughts and say, but even the people, those who are limiting you. So once you know that what your limiting thoughts are, accept them, embrace them, and then let them go. Sometimes this requires to bring you some pain to the surface into your conscious mind so you can face it and then release it. Perhaps you have to struggle with the ability to develop a trusting relationship. For example, You realize that you did not have model for you in your childhood. When you understand like what is causing your emotions, you can address it. You can find a better way to respond. So yes, just limit this, or let this go of the all the the negative thoughts that are coming into your mind. The third is set up an intention with your conscious mind. So now it is the time to unleash the power of positive thinking and reprogram your subconscious mind. Because your conscious thoughts and actions can reprogram your subconscious mind in the heartbeat. A positive message can reprogram how you feel. It can heal the trauma and it can change the habit that will make your life stagnant, and it will, it will help you blossom into fulfilling lives that are focused on the things that matter the most. So use your subconscious mind to set an expectation that will happen in your life. Then the fourth thing is let your subconscious mind take over. The point is to eventually allow your conscious relax and let your subconscious take over. And once you have given your unconscious the other way to respond, it will assume that it is a way it should respond. And with right word, with right action, with right ideas, you will be able to create a new way to search for everything that you want to achieve. It is actually a way to uplift yourself, to empower yourself. And yes, there are many things that you can be doing. So one last thing that I would say is positive affirmation. So your subconscious mind makes everything you say and do fit a pattern consistent with your self-concept and your mastery program. So this is why repeating positive affirmations, they are very effective, and you can actually reprogram your own thoughts, your own patterns by slipping in positive and success oriented sound. So start every day with a positive affirmation. So whenever you get up, just have something positive in your mind. Just have some positive thoughts in your mind, and obviously you can easily achieve whatever you want to. So thank you so much once again for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Qureshi. It was superb that you were able to connect the conscious and subconscious mind so beautifully. And you also explained how having those emotions in childhood may affect our achievement of success now. So thank you very much. Up next, we have our next speaker. That is, one second, let me check out the list.
Dr. Betty ma'am.
Who's this, sir? Can you please repeat?
Dr. Betty ma'am, she's from USA.
Dr. Betty ma'am. Yes, Dr. Betty ma'am from US. Let me just
She's
check.
a ex-army officer and renowned global speaker. So welcome, ma'am, on this wonderful platform, and over to you.
What a
I'd like
pleasure
to
it
add
is.
few points about Dr. Betty ma'am. So she's a co-founder, director, and as I mentioned earlier, she adds the credibility of calling herself as mother to the children. That's amazing. Thank you for adding that. CEO of a Life Change Now LLC. She's Christian educator, then United Nations Peace Ambassador, civility leader, global speaker. She's a song artist, multi-bestseller author, retired UNS Army veteran, women empowerment leader, youth advocate, and a serial entrepreneur. So welcome, Dr. Bet.
Thank you so much for honoring me on this amazing platform with phenomenal global speaker. I have been enjoying myself all morning until something happened, but that's a part of mastering the game. We always have to stay focused, follow one course until successful. So stay focused on anything that you are challenged to do in life, and even those unexpected things that takes place in life. You see, mindset strategies and mastery for unstoppable success. That's why we are here today. I had to be unstoppable to get back here to you all and listen to the rest of the amazing speakers. So thank you. You see, my title is The Game of Life is Won in the Mind First. So whatever you have that's on your heart or in your presence or in your past, think about your mind first. We've honestly heard so much about mind strategy today. Life is like a battlefield. I can say that because I have genuinely been on a battlefield. So only those who train their minds, develop solid strategies, and commit to mastery emerges victoriously. So have you ever wondered why some people seem to win against all odds, while others, with all the talent in the world, fall short? Have you ever wondered why that happens? You see, success is not a matter of luck. It's a matter of preparation, execution, and resilience. So it requires discipline, adaptability, and the ability to stay focused when the pressure is at its highest. So today I want to challenge you to think of life as a game. And when I say life, my acronym for life is live intentionally for eternity. I know I may have said that too fast, but life is all about living intentionally for eternity as a game, one where the right mindset, strategic thinking, and mastery determines who rises and who falls. And if you apply these principles, you will be unstoppable. So let me share a story with you. Basically, lessons from the battlefield to leading through crisis. I remember a time during my military career when I was in charge of a diverse platoon of over 45 soldiers, including African female soldiers, during a life threatening terror attack. It was a moment where mindset, strategy, and mastery meant the difference between life and death. We were stationed in an unfamiliar environment, constantly aware that danger could strike at any moment. And then it happened, a terrorist attack. In those seconds, fear could have paralyzed us, chaos could have taken over. But I knew that in my game of life and in war, you must always be two steps ahead. Mastery is about preparation before the moment of crisis. That's the purpose of this mindset training today. You see, mindset, I had to train my mind for the moment like this. Fear was not an option. Confidence in my training and faith in my leadership had to take over. The strategy, I quickly assessed the situation, gave precise commands, and positioned my soldiers for safety and a strong counter response. Mastery, the moment wasn't about reacting, it was about executing what we had prepared for. Every drill, every lesson, and every training session came down to this particular moment. Because of this mindset, the strategy, and mastery, we survived. We overcame an enemy that sought to destroy us. And that moment reaffirmed this truth. If you don't master the game will master you. Again, if you don't master the game will definitely master you. So the mindset, the foundation of all success. You know, my favorite book, Basic Information Before Leaving Earth, the book of Proverbs 23 and 27 reminds us, a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Success starts in the mind. If you see yourself as a victim, guess what? You will act like one. If you see yourself as a winner, guess what? You will win and move like one. In the military, I learned quickly that a weak mind leads to weak leadership. The same applies in life. Remember, I told you that life is living intentionally for eternity. Your mindset determines your attitude. You heard that from one of our speakers today. Your beliefs shapes your behaviors. Your words create your world. You heard that from a speaker today as well. Winners don't dwell on obstacles, they focus on solutions. Champions don't fear failure, they extract lessons from it. So the second is strategies. Every move matters. Success is not accidental, it is intentional. Just as the military, where every operation requires a game plan, guess what? Life requires a winning strategy. Winning strategies for success includes the first one is clarity of vision. You can't win if you don't know your objective. Define what success looks like for you. Write the vision and make it plain. I didn't say that. That's in my favorite book, Habakkuk 2 and 2. Discipline over emotions. You heard about emotion intelligence earlier today. In comeback, emotions can get you killed. In life, emotions can kill your progress. Make moves based on principles, not feelings. Leverage is the third one. Leverage the right connections. No soldier wins alone. Align yourself with winners, mentors, those who challenge you to be better, like those professional leaders that are on today's calls. You have to leverage the connections with the right people. The fourth one is persistence and adaptability. Every great leader faces setbacks. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about knowing how to pivot and persevere. The last one I would like to, the third subject is mastery. Become unstoppable. That's who we are today. Mastery is the difference between being average and being elite. It's not just about trying, it's about becoming the best of what you do. And then in Colossians 3:23, it tells us whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. In the military, I saw soldiers who trained hard, sharpened their skills, and prepared for the unseen. They didn't just go through the motions, they committed to excellence. I've seen that on this call today. And then mastery requires consistent learning. Never stop growing. Read, study, refine your skills. And also, it also requires execution over perfection. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start where you are and improve along the way. And it also requires resilience. Mastery means getting back up when life knocks you down. The best warriors aren't those who never fall, but those who refuses to stay down. So in my summary, just know that the blueprint for mastering the game is mindset. Train your mind like a champion. Then there's strategy. Make calculated moves and align yourself with your vision. And then there's mastery. Commit to being excellent in all that you do. What are my takeaways for today? Listen, success is predictable. You don't need luck to win in life. If you train your mind, execute the right strategies, and commit to mastery, success is inevitable. The game is yours to win. So listen, it's your move. Now I leave you with the question, what's your next move? Are you going to keep playing small, letting life dictate your outcome? Or will you take control, step up, and master the game? You heard the speakers today. You have the ability to take control. I didn't say it, it was echoed by some of our previous speakers. You take control. And then know that a true leader doesn't wait for the perfect moment, they create it. So master the game with resilience, strategy, and unshakable mindset, and success will chase you down. I yield the mic back over to you, madam.
It was so strong, Dr. Betty. Absolutely strong. You motivated everyone. And let me all tell you, Dr. Betty would be the best example for having the strongest mindset now, here at the moment. And you know the reason why? Because her husband met with an accident today, but still she's here with that strong mindset as a leader. So amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone, give a big round of applause. Thank you,
Yes,
Doctor.
actually, really appreciate because it shows what the summit theme is there and what speaker speaks and they implement. Actually, that's really hats off to you, ma'am. Anyone can easily say that sir, I have problem and I'm leaving, but no, the true leaders, true army officers. I am really a big fan of army officers always. So thank you, ma'am, for joining and please take care of him. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. So up next we have Mr. Morris, the connector from UK. Mr. Morris, it's a pleasure to connect with you all. Definitely. So 1 second. Yes. Please come onto the stage and take it over. Welcome, Mr. Morris.
Hello, hello, kings and queens. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me? Yeah? Man,
Yes.
I was hearing some stories here today, some real mindset reset strategies. And I just love what I'm hearing because it just resonates with me. I'm going to tell you a gory story, but it's my crown and glory. I'm going to talk to you about the human spirit because in everything we do, there's a spirit that resonates within us that comes out of us. I used to do and be. Now I'm being the real me that's inside of me that I believe God gave me, which is that spirit. So I haven't got long here. I'm just going to skip through my story, which is my glory. It might, it might, you know, ignite some people's flames and it might make some people feel away. But I grew up with my mum and 5 siblings. My dad left home when I was 7 years old. I struggled with that. Fast forward, you know, the first adversity I struggled with in my life, I would say, was when my brother was killed in London. Yes, my hero, my protector, he was stabbed to death in London. I struggled with that. Things can harden you or things can make you go lower. That hardened me. And the world that I come from in London, England, it was a tough world. Just imagine your teacher saying to you, at the age of 13, that you'll be nothing in life when he was supposed to be teaching you differently. My teacher said I wouldn't be nothing in life, but fast forward, I left school, I went on the streets. Yes, I went on the streets. I didn't know better, so I couldn't do better. When we talk about mindset, like everybody's been talking about today, my mindset was a fixed mindset. I didn't believe I could be anybody. And I'm not ashamed here today to speak my truth that sets me free every day. I had a fixed mindset. So I went on the streets. I was on the streets for a while. Then I ended up in prison. Yes, I ended up in jail. And I would say to everyone here, jail is a mindset. I had to go into jail and reset my mindset in what I was doing in there. And I came out of jail and I continued doing the same. And the second adversity was when my sister's 2 children was murdered by the father, a 6-month-old and a 18-month-old. I struggled with that because my sister, she was so upset, didn't know what to do. We all struggled with that. But I still continued what I was doing for 12 years. But my biggest adversity was when my 18-month-old son passed away, called Dwayne. He had an accident at home. That made me look up and think, Morris, what are you doing and who are you being? My mum and dad used to say, come to church. I used to say, ain't got enough time. But here I was thinking, And I would say to every one of you, you become what you think about all the time. I used to think about selling drugs. Now I was thinking about my son. I didn't want to be here, but I started to go to church. Yeah, I went into church, and in church, I would say I started to see the light. The light started to shine bright, and I started to believe in God. I started to do things differently. And I would say to every one of you, to become different, you have to do something different. I just wanted to prove to my kids that their dad could be somebody in this world. And within 7 years, I started working hard, like Bruce Lee said. Hard work has given the underdog the chance to be a champion. And within 7 years, I set up a chauffeur company that now drives Justin Bieber, Beyonce. I done Whitney Houston's tour. I was doing amazing things. Yes, this gangster became a businessman, but I know God wasn't over with me yet. In 2007, I lost my sister, my queen. In 2010, I lost my mum. In 2011, I lost my dad. In 2015, the biggest blow was when my wife committed suicide and left two kids, a 13-year-old and a 30-year-old. At that time, I was saying to God, why me? Why me? But now I say, try me, because I know it had to be me to find that spirit in me. I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe we have to go through it to grow through it. I believe we have a crown to wear. And I started to wear my crown in believing that everything that was happening to me was God chipping away at me, scolding me, molding me. You see, life is plastic, everyone. We get molded all different ways. But when God molds you, he says, walk this way. And I started to walk with God. It's not seeing is believing, everyone. It's believing is seeing. Then you can see everything clearly. They say imagination is everything. It's your view to your life coming attraction that God's give you. So no matter what people say, don't listen to what they say. If you have a vision, that's your direction. And I started to get clarity in my why and my must. I know why God gave me that pain. That's pushed me to my power to empower others. But then in 2018, I suffered another blow, which was my son. He was 34 years old. He was taken away from me, found dead in his flat at home. Suspicious circumstances. But I want to say to every one of you, we're either in a storm, going through a storm, or coming out of a storm. Like this event is, it's about the mindset. And we have to reset our mindset every day, because yesterday was history. Tomorrow's a mystery. But today, everyone, is a gift from God. It's a present. And I now know why God gave me my pain. You see, everyone, leaders are born, not made. Leaders are not manipulators. Leaders lead people up. Leaders are of service. And I just love this quote. Muhammad Ali said, the service to others is the rent we pay for being in this world. And I thank God every day I'm now paying my rent with my service to others. I'm now an international speaker, a life coach. I have a charity for the youth. I go to schools now in telling them that in every follower there's a leader. I never had no one telling me I could be great. But I want to say to every one of you, greater is in you than what's in the world. You are here to win. You are a child, everyone, of the abundant universe. And success is your birthright. You have to have that vision. That vision takes you to your destiny. Get excited every day about what you're being and what you're doing. Like Bob Marley said, get up and stand up for your right. I now, everyone, exhale doubt and have confidence. I inhale confidence and belief in myself that no matter what I go through, I can change my mindset. I can reset it. Now I am a growth mindset. I'm here to say to every one of you, you are unique. You have something different, a different handprint, fingerprint, footprint to do something different in this world. You are a king. You have a crown to wear. I'm now wearing my crown, as you can see in my logo. I'm wearing my crown. My company is called Wear Your Own Crown. And I believe every one of you has a crown to wear. So I haven't got long to speak, but I'm saying to every one of you, I now have confidence, belief, desire, and I stay persistent in everything I do till the end. And I want to say to you, I have so much love now, because with love, everyone, there's no hate. We just elevate to speculate, to relate, to associate. And that's why I'm here today with ACDC to speak my truth that sets me free. And I want to say to you, if I was a cake, let's say a Jamaican rum cake, I would eat myself. I now love myself so much. So I want every one of you to go out there and do what you love. If you don't like it, change it. Change happens. Progress doesn't. To be the mostest, you have to make the progress. And it's a process that I had to go through. And my pain has pushed me to this power, to empower others and lift people up. That's my gift. That's my purpose. My mum and dad used to call me a parrot when I was 7 years old. I used to cry, everyone, crying. My siblings used to make me cry by taking the mickey. But now I get paid for speaking. I want to say to every one of you, go and do what's necessary that you love. Thank you for listening. I'm Morris the Connector, now connected to my inner self, my inner spirit. I know better, so I do better. I'm connected to the source. I send out the right vibrations to get the energy back, to give back to you all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving those energetic words. So I really appreciate the way you said that you had fixed mindset. Accepting that is a great deal. So you did accept that. You had fixed mindset. You also gave the process how exactly you came out of it. And you say that progress is process and we need to take care of that. So thank you for the wonderful speech. Thank you, Morris. A big round of applause to Dr. Morris. Mr.
Yeah,
Morris.
thank you, sir. And it's a game of mindset and the amazing speakers, amazing sharings and sharing of knowledge and wisdom. It's really amazing. So, would like to invite one more special guest with us. So, we have one more guest speaker with us, Mamta Wasti ma'am. She was our currently the mentor of ABCD International Family. Especially, I learned many things from her. So she always with ABCD International Family. And that's why today she's with us as a guest speaker. And of course, we have one more virtual book launch event in after 15 to 20 minutes. And I hope everyone will join till the end. So, would like to invite Mamta Awasthi ma'am. She's a certified life coach, educator, and has many feathers in her cap. Welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Akash. Thank you, everybody, for such wonderful words here. Akash, thank you again, because you keep giving me chances to interact with so many intelligent, knowledgeable, experienced people who add power to me every time I'm on your platform. I was listening to all the work, all the people around here, and literally every word spoken was very inspiring. When I talk about Dr. Betty uh, mm, or Marine or anybody, whomever, I have been listening to all of you very nicely, and my idea of just adding one point to what you all have been speaking, seeing the present youth basically. See, before achieving success, very important is to set your goal. And these days, what I am experiencing in my surrounding, maybe I'm in not in a proper surrounding, maybe maybe something like that. But the point is that before deciding your goal, you have to have a lot of knowledge about yourself. You have to have the capacity to introspect yourself, basically, because these days the virtual world is full of illusions, basically. Everybody, I spoke this line earlier also, and I keep telling everybody, when we look into mirror, we all find ourselves very beautiful, but actually mirrors are creating virtual images. We should realize it, isn't it? So when you look into the eyes of others, which are basically the convex lenses producing real images, that will give you what truly you are. So before deciding your goal, make the goals achievable. It is very important for you to actually realize your own capacities, your own surrounding, your knowledge, and working on those things which are surrounding you, which are achievable for you, you will definitely achieve success, uh, keeping everybody in coordination. I believe Akash is a good example for all of us in this thing, because Akash has been coordinating with people all around the globe, and I have seen him growing. And I'm very happy about the way he has gained confidence. He has become a key motivator for many people around. So, Akash, keep doing the good work you are doing and keep rocking the same. Thank you all of for such wise words, and thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. You really gave that, you opened the eyes, I would say, because self introspection is most important. We should be aware of ourselves, only then we can see others. So, thank you very much. Give a big round of applause to Miss Mamta, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up next, we have our speaker from our neighboring country, that is Mr. Muhammad Ali from Pakistan. Muhammad Ali is a dynamic youth mentor, entrepreneur, and a civil engineer. He is the Deputy Secretary of Entrepreneurship in Sindh Shadow Cabinet Youth Parliament. He is a global ambassador for GPB Net. He has organized and spoken at multiple international forums. And he also hosts a podcast featuring global experts and leads initiatives supporting startups and freelancing communities. So, welcome, Mr. Mohammed. A warm welcome to you from India. Yes.
Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing great. So I see that there are so many individuals and leaders which are spreading and telling so much about mastering the game of mindset. So here is a presentation for you. Is that seen to all? Mastering the game of mindset strategies for stoppable success. So my name is Mohammad Ali and I am here as a keynote speaker from Pakistan. Unlocking your potential by adopting the game of mindset. So this is the presentation which shares you all about understanding the game of mindset. So in this, first of all, in every game, you have to know what is the game is about. You have to identify clear objectives and rules about that game. And second thing is embrace challenges, view obstacle has puzzles to solve, reframe obstacle has temporary setbacks. Third is reframing failure. Failure forward means learning from mistakes, not you cry and lose hope. So, strategy planning in this to level up your approach. So, first of all, many of the leaders and many of the beginners who are coming towards this approach or this success path don't know the meaning of win, which is very common word. Establishing measurable goal and key performance indicator KPIs in your success path is known as win. So you have to clear the all definition of win and resources allocation strategically allocate time, energy, and capital investment. So first, you have to go toward your success. You have to see these three principles. Cultivating self belief. If you have a self belief, you have a strong command on yourself and use visual techniques and positive affirmation to reinforce belief in yourself. As other says, manage stress. Use mindfulness practice and time management techniques to maintain composure. Third is bounce back. Adopt a growth mindset, which helps you to grow more easily. Adaptability and learning. As an entrepreneur, I say to my students that you have to stay in that part which you are continuous learning and ask your teachers and colleagues and your friends to seek feedbacks that where I am doing some sort of mistakes and some sort of problems. So discuss them with your colleagues and friends and those who are leaders on leadership roles. So third, which is very uh, big and important according to me, is collaboration and networking. If you collaborate with those who are already working in your leadership roles, let's see an example like we are here and we are learning from experts, leaderships and leadership roles. So what we learn, it's easy to apply on our path. So strategical alliances, effective communication, teamwork, and synergy are the three roles to assembling your team, and that's make you a perfect leader. Third, I am giving some real world examples. Like first one is Elon Musk, who pursued in innovation of Tesla and SpaceX. And second one is Serena Williams, who is a professional tennis with mental toughness. Third is Sarah Brackley, entrepreneurial journey with Hispanics solving problem. So if you want to be an unstoppable potential, imbalance the mindset, you have to adopt these three things: capitalize success, implement strategies, and continuous growth. So I hope these will define your game and set your measurable goals and start playing to win. When you consider, when you learn how to play this game, so I think you will be success soon. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Ali. That was wonderful talking about how to have growth mindset and how to apply it in daily life. And also, you spoke about adaptability. I think that is the need of the hour now. Adapting to the situation is most important, to if we have to be successful. So, thank you. Please give him a big round of applause. Wonderful. So, we have come towards the end of the session. I request Akash sir to take it over and just conclude it.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Mohammed sir, please stop the screen sharing. So thank you, Mohammed sir, once again for sharing wonderful thoughts. Please stop screen sharing. Okay. So thank you once again to all the guest speakers, especially for sharing the wonderful thoughts and wisdom. Thank you once again for the wonderful sharing, and thank you, Marin ma'am, for the wonderful management. It's really amazing with you. The session was awesome. The management and I think 2.5 hour. It's very smoothly, and all speakers are amazing. Thank you, ma'am. And so I'd like to conclude here. For the unstoppable success, there is a mindset is important. With mindset, we should have goals, and with proper strategies. And with strategies, we need to work on resilience. Resilience is the one of the great quality we need. And of course, with resilience, consistency is important. We need to be consistent. So thank you all once again. Thank you, Mamta ma'am, for joining with us. And would like to continue this again for the 10 minutes for the virtual book launch. So today we have as a guest Mamta ma'am with us, and we have two editors of our upcoming book, Dr. Jitendra sir and Dr. Priya Trivedi ma'am. I hope they are joined, and please start video, sir. And I would like to invite their co-authors of the book also.
We would like to request everyone, please keep your camera on for a few minutes at least. Dr. Morris, Paul Jain, Mohammed Ji, Bharti Ji, Deepak. It would be great to see your beautiful faces, having a smile.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Jitu sir.
Yeah, and would like to share. First, I would like to share the book with all, and then I would like to invite editors and then the guests. So I'm sharing the screen. So this is the book. So congratulations, Dr. Priya Trivedi ma'am and Dr. Jitendra sir for wonderful contribution as an editor. And congratulations to all the amazing authors, those who contributed in this book. I hope there are 17 co-authors total, those contributed for this book, Nourishing Futures. So it's available on Amazon. Anyone can buy from it, and would like to invite the editor of the book first to share the journey with people and how what was their thought process behind the book. So would like to invite Dr. Jitendra sir. So welcome sir, and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Akash sir, and all the audience. Very good evening, all of you. Myself, Dr. Jiten Saikedia. I am working with Akash sir with her publication, ABCD International Publication, and also Babdar Publication. First of all, we have met a long time. Akash sir said that you have joined to all our professor in our state and other state as well as other country. Uh, Priya ma'am has decided that we have write a book on different topic, and recently it is working on different subjects. We have decided we are writing on the future of food security, and we have invited other editors to contribute in our book and submitted their chapters on their uh, food security problems and nourishing futures. I have um, and discuss about our book Nourishing Futures. It is the intersections of health and food security. In-depth exploration, the vital connectivity between food system and nutrition and human well-being also. It delves into global chains of ensuring food security while promoting health and sustainable practice in increasing complex and interconnected world. The book examines how access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food is a fundamental human rights and an essential pillar of good health. Our book discusses the multiple dimensions of food security, including availability, access, uh, utilization, and stability, while also our book addressing the social, economic, and environmental factors that influence this aspect. Uh, in this scenario, the impact of climate change on agriculture system to roll the policy in innovations in improving food access, nourishing futures highlight the critical issues facing communities worldwide. And also we have coverage the food problem of our area. And our book is compressing guide for anyone interested in understanding the powerful link between food security and health in shaping solution that nourishing both people and the planet. Akash sir, we are thankful our team members, our writers, co-editors. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir, and I really appreciate your efforts for the book. I am a witness of the journey. You both take tremendous efforts to complete it. So thank you, and it's really appreciated. So would like to invite another editor first, Dr. Priya Trivedi, ma'am. So over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please
Actually, I
start
am
with
on
you.
the way. Within 10 to 15 minutes, I am reaching home. Uh,
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
Uh,
all the speakers,
Hello.
esteemed speakers on the dais. Good evening to all of you. Thank you, Akash, sir. It was a wonderful journey for us to collaborate with you and publish the book, Nourishing One. And I thanks to all the author even. They have given a very good chapter. And today we are launching the book and hope so कि this project is successful and we will go on with the another project. And even I invite all the other speakers who are here today कि just give your also chapters so that we can move as an author continuously together. Thank you, Akashji. Thank you, Jiten sir, for all your support you are always giving to me.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. So, I would like to invite co-author of this book, Dr. Manisha, ma'am. Welcome and over to you. Please share your thoughts also in 2-3 minutes.
Good evening, all of you. I'm very happy to part of this in Nourishing Future, and I am very glad we are continue to do. I will continue to do other chapters also in book chapters, and I have one query that thing. Ki, can I? We are you are giving certificate also and book in hard copy.
Yeah,
Certificates
ma'am,
we
we
will
are planning to
provide.
give.
We have to.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Akash, you can continue.
Okay. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing. We are sharing certificates with editors, and so now would like to invite here Mamta ma'am to share her thought on book writing in collaborative thing. And of course, after Mamta ma'am, we have Marin ma'am to share the things. So, what is the impact when multiple authors come and they wrote a book on particular thing or particular topic? Uh, so, please share your thoughts and
First of all, Akash, I would like to congratulate Harvard Publication House.
Ma'am, your audio is not clear.
Am I audible? I have unmuted. At my end, it's unmuted.
not audible, ma'am.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, yes, now audible.
At my end, it was actually unmuted. I don't know what went wrong. No issues. Okay. So, first of all, I would congratulate Bhabar Publications as well as Jitu sir, Priya ma'am, Manisha ma'am, everybody. And as I always say, I appreciate a lot about teamwork. Any task, when it is done in collaboration or with many people giving their inputs on a certain target, basically it ends up in a better manner, because every aspect which I feel more aspects are being covered in this manner, isn't it? If one person writes a book, then definitely he will have his own experiences, his own opinions, his own knowledge is the only thing he will be sharing. But if the same book is being written with many co authors, definitely that book is going to be more enriching for the people who are going through it. It is more valuable for the society, definitely, because it will have various opinions, various knowledge collected at the same platform, it will be. And I definitely always appreciate this approach. Akash, we have been earlier also working on the similar principle, I remember. And all those things have come out to be very successful. And Jitu sir and Priya ma'am and Manisha ma'am, I wish you all success. Many more coming ventures from your side are awaited with us. And please keep doing this good work, keep writing. It polishes our knowledge. This is the only thing we leave behind after we leave this world. So, definitely, this type of effort is highly appreciable, and my congratulations again to all of you. Thank you.
Thank
thank you,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am, for all the blessings. And definitely together we will make a new journey with you also. Thank
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
you for
I
your
would
kind
love
words.
to it. I would love to it. Yeah, It was really nice, and the topic itself is actually very encouraging and very valuable topic. Jitu sir, I would appreciate that because
Thank
in this coming time, uh, this topic about what should be the good, proper eating habits and the proper nurturing of plants, etc. This is the
Yeah,
knowledge required for every upcoming youth. Also, it is going to enrich everybody. So I'm really
actually.
happy about the topic itself. So the content will be definitely very, very, very enlightening. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I have mentioned one thing. We have not only professor included in this book, but also the forester, also range officer included their chapter in our books. He is
Okay.
also working in forest, but he is interested to writing in this topic. How
Very nice. Very nice.
Actually, we thought of promoting our traditional plants.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
Medicine. Is it only on medicinal or in general all the type of
No,
plants?
no, it's general.
It's
We have
general.
covered all the topics actually.
Okay. Okay. And then if you have covered the forest plants also, then it means yeah, this book should be read by everybody. I feel it is very.
Actually,
It's really going to help us out in saving the environment also. Not only the plants, but also in enriching the ecosystem, basically.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely.
Thank you, ma'am. And yes, Merin ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Akash sir, for giving me this opportunity. Again, I would like to congratulate Bhavan Publication, Jitu sir, Dr. Manisha ma'am, and Dr. Priya ma'am for coming up with a beautiful topic, which is again, I would say, in this in this world, we know that how important plants are, and you people have come up with a book including people who are working for it. So that's amazing. I would like to share my experience working with Akash sir, that he had given me an opportunity to be an editor for a book and to be a co-author for another book. So thank you, Akash sir, for that opportunity. There also we had multiple authors, co-authors. So I think having multiple people means having multiple brain. Having multiple brain, multiple thoughts put together is success. So that is what is my thought. And people who don't know about me, I'm a leadership coach, I'm a trainer, I'm a lecturer, I'm a master trainer, by the way. So thank you for this opportunity. I really enjoyed the session today. Thank you, Akash sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And one more thing I want to share about Merin ma'am. Recently, we discussed about that. Actually, she is working on suicide prevention, and she is doing it free of cost for teachers, for students. So when I listen about that, I really felt very amazing, matlab, amazing work actually she is doing,
Yeah.
and
Akash, I'm
I
sorry, I'm
really
interrupting
inspired.
you.
Yeah.
Akash,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
interrupting you. If you remember, we were writing a book on suicide prevention, and you can
Yes,
include
yes.
Marine Ma'am into it. Yeah, we have already written few chapters, ma'am, and it will be very nice if we can have her also because even I'm working on it, and I really feel happy to have you also as a.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. One more thing
That's
I
why.
want to share here, Akash sir. And tomorrow there is an international conference where I'm going to present a paper on suicide. You know how NSS can help in preventing suicide. That is my research paper.
Okay,
Super,
okay.
super. And
All
Very
that's
right.
why
well. Thank you, ma'am.
we were working on suicide prevention book. And that's why that day we discussed, and that's why we are connected and hence share here also. So we definitely connect about that book also. So there is one more psychologist with us. She is very experienced, Dr. Bedi ma'am. She will join next summit. Actually, she had some emergency work.
Yeah.
So
We can
we
have
have
Marine
one
Ma'am's
more
chapter
book.
also in that book, Akash. We can have
Sorry.
Marine Ma'am's chapter also in that book.
Yes, yes, yes,
Really good.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we have one more book. Author is not present, but we have a streak of books. तो बेसिकली हिंदी में बोलता हूँ, सभी लोग हिंदी में हैं. तो एक्चुअली क्या है कि हम लोगों ने इस साल ऐसा डिसाइड किया था, एक बुक हम लोग रेगुलर बेसिस पे लॉन्च करते हैं. तो जैसे हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया था कि समिट्स हम एवरी 25th को लॉन्च करते जाएंगे या कंडक्ट करेंगे। तो ये 12 थीम्स का हर महीने में एक थीम, एक समिट कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं। एंड विद दैट एक ऑथर है जिन्होंने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया। वो इनिशिएटिव ऐसा था कि वो हर 25 तारीख को, क्योंकि 2025 चल रहा है, तो एवरी 25th को वो एक बुक लॉन्च करने वाले हैं। और वो बुक से पोएम्स का, और वो ऐसे पोएम्स नहीं है, तो लॉजिक्स क्रिएट किए हैं। यूरी 25th को वो एक बुक लॉन्च करेंगे जिसमें मिनिमम 25 पोएम्स होंगे, क्योंकि 2025 चल रहा है। तो यूरी 25th को हम लोग लॉन्च कर रहे हैं। तो नाउ दिस इज हर थर्ड बुक। I'm just sharing first and then quickly discuss in 2 minutes. And so this is her third book, Etbar, and we have 12 themes. So congratulations, Shraddha ma'am. The author name is Shraddha Bhatt, and she is a poet. She has already written 3,000 plus poems. And इसमें हम लोगों ने ऐसा किया है कि हर महीने में एक थीम लिया है। एक थीम के ऊपर 25 पोएम्स का, मिनिमम 25 पोएम्स का एक बुक लॉन्च होना चाहिए। एंड ऐसा एक स्ट्रीक है, इट्स अ स्ट्रीक ऑफ बुक्स, ऐसा हम कह सकते हैं। एंड एट द एंड वो पूरा साल तक कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं। एंड ऐसे लोग जब आते हैं, ऐसे लोग जब माइंडसेट एक कुछ ऐसी एक्टिविटी, कुछ क्रिएटिव चीजें लेके आते हैं, तो हमेशा एक मोटिवेशन मिलता है, कुछ नया करने की चीज मिलती है। सो रियली कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट टू श्रद्धा मैम एंड हैट्स अप टू यू. So, would like to invite you all. Basically, you can quickly share about the initiative, about the book, or to congratulate the author. Thank you.
Yeah, Shraddha ma'am ko I have heard many times on this platform, and it's really nice that she has completed another book also. बहुत ही active हैं, and I really appreciate some youth, some youngsters are there who inspire the people who are older to them also. So Akash is one, and Shraddha is also another one. I congratulate Shraddha for her new venture, and wish her many more successful ventures. Even to you, Akash. I will also be joining you in this writing. I have been promising you, but now slowly I am reaching that stage where I'll be probably getting some time in near future, and then definitely we'll be working on that also. अभी तक मैं सिर्फ आर्टिकल्स में कंट्रीब्यूट कर पा रही हूँ, पर वो टाइम का इशू है खाली, बस और कुछ नहीं।
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And anyways, आप हमेशा हमारे साथ ही है। मतलब जब भी मुझे कुछ जरूरत पड़ता है तो मैं आपको इमीडिएटली मैसेज कर लेता हूँ। तो वो टाइम पे आपका सपोर्ट हमेशा रहता ही है। So no matter.
वो आपका हक है, और आप इतना अच्छा काम करते हैं कि आई रियली फील हैप्पी टू बी विद यू। ये वेंचर भी देखिए, बुक्स लिखना सबके बस की बात नहीं होती है। जो लोग लिखते हैं आई रियली अप्रिशिएट इट, और आप उनमें से कई लोगों को एक साथ लेके करवाते हैं काम, तो ये एक बिगर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है जो कि आप बहुत बखूबी हैंडल करते हैं, राइट। पोएम्स के बारे में तो आई एम रियली मोर अप्रिशिएबल, आई अप्रिशिएट मोर देन आर्टिकल्स, बिकॉज पोएम लिखने के लिए एक डिफरेंट एप्टीट्यूड चाहिए। बहुत कम वर्ड्स में आपको अपनी अपनी बात को कहना होता है। सो दैट वे श्रद्धा इज रियली गुड, आई नो दैट, एंड therefore I appreciate her a lot, and again congratulations. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, I think there is no more co-authors with us, right, sir?
Right.
Yeah. So we will stop here for today. But we will again meet on next 25th April with another theme and another guest speakers with us. So till, take care, great day. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Once
Thank you, all of you. And Mamta ma'am, you are not old. This is the misconception.